Nationals here. Yeah, quite a few new faces. A lot of people from Austin here, and a lot of people traveling from clubs that haven't been as heavily represented. New York, in particular, are here. They've got their own cameras. They've got more people than they've ever sent to a tournament. Looking forward to see how those guys do. But yeah, we're going to be following along. If you want to see the actual brackets of what's coming up, what matches have happened, what results have already happened, you can go to ussumo.org. The front image on there is for nationals, and you can view the, let's see, how is it phrased? I believe it says athlete sign up will take you to the Smooth Comp website, the Smooth Comp website for the tournament. You can view the brackets there. You can view which athletes are signed up. You can view the upcoming matches. So yeah, feel free to check that out if you're curious when the person you are supporting is going to be up and wrestling. As with past tournaments, we are going to start with the lighter weight classes and move up. Looks like we just got a couple people doing warm-ups here.
Hey.
Let's see, before competition, we do still have the national anthem to be sung, and we'll have a speech from both the president of the USSF,
Hello,
Tom
Gus.
Zabel,
How you doing?
and our tournament host, Justin Kizzard.
Hi, Goose. Do you go by Goose?
So I guess while
or
we're waiting here,
Good
we
to
can
hear from
do a little bit of introductions. Noah, how did you
likewise?
get into Sumo?
Thanks for
what made you into a
inviting
Sumo
me.
fan that led
It's
you
exciting.
to be commentating at the
Yeah,
national
looking forward to it.
championships?
YouTube
You
algorithm.
know a little bit about what's happening.
sure.
It'll be
Around
okay.
late 2019, I could find
Okay.
a few good change.
Do
The
you go by
moment story.
Goose?
Well, I know one medalist is what I'm
pub
saying.
in Kansas, a couple like you'll see. It was a lot.
Where are
of
the matches?
Literally breaking up
Likewise.
ground with
How you doing?
Tamping it down with a.
Oh, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay.
And it's beautiful. It's very flat.
Yeah, I just put my kids to bed, so
Please rise.
I have some peace and
for the
quiet
national
now.
anthem, sung by Hide-san.
So you
Actually,
do
if there's any
sumo,
dispute,
from what I've
that's
heard.
when we call in the corner judges to discuss it.
I do. I dabble a little bit in
We got
in
Tom as
sumo.
one of the referees. You just saw Tom, USSF president, giving a speech.
And do
He's
you
gonna
as
be
well?
refereeing today.
Retired
Our
now,
other Matt,
but
we also have
still
Chris
definitely about it.
Houghton.
Training
Chris
shut
is
down
out of
Nice.
in Brisbane
Georgia
for the
Sumo.
year
He's a
because
pretty experienced
coach
referee. I think this is at least a second
has
or
a
third
one-year-old
national event that
and
he's
just
been
doesn't have
refereeing
time
at.
for it anymore.
But yeah, big shout out to
Oh,
all
I
of
see.
all of
In
our,
between being a teacher
referees
and running a
side
judo
judges.
school
They're all
and doing
volunteers.
sumo on the side, it's
Everybody
like
just
gotta
here helping the cause of
prioritize,
national
you know?
sumo.
Fair enough.
Other big thing to keep an eye
Yeah,
on
yeah, that
as
makes
the day
sense.
goes on, just so that you know the context.
And
The
what
wrestlers
about
are fighting for, representing Team UI.
the others?
The lightweights warming up.
Didn't they want to
It is the
maybe
event,
do like open mats or something like that?
but it
I
looks
think there's something like that going
so
on, but
Edibo's opponent
I
there
haven't
is
heard any
Troy out
details.
of Ohio.
Maybe there's some people
Oh,
speaking.
okay.
Jessica getting
Okay.
inside,
Okay.
slipping around to the back. She's got a good grip on the belt. Jessica goes for the twist, but Nancy resists. Jessica pulls her down.
Lightweight
Oh,
sumo
okay,
is
I just
always
clicked-
So exciting.
I'd love to see a Moto Tsuzuki to start. She came out
It
with
is.
hands, guns blazing.
I just clicked on watch stream. I
Yeah,
didn't
that
know I
one
had
we
to.
watched
Okay,
last
so now I can see Edibor and
All right,
the
men
other
here,
fighter.
men's lightweight.
Yeah, some of these
Goes
guys,
hard
huh?
with the thrusts, gets the
Yeah.
grip over the top.
Oh, okay. I just clicked.
Oh,
Edo
it
lost?
looks like Troy slipped out. That's a
is.
pretty big upset.
I just
well
clicked
done
on
to Troy.
watch. Yeah, he lost his first match.
Edibo's gonna have to
Okay, so
come
now
through
I can
the
see
losers
Edibor
bracket. These are all
and-
double
Oh, you've already seen
eliminations,
this,
so they
other
have another
fighter.
chance to get
I've
in
seen
there,
some of it. Yeah.
Slipping out
Fair
of that
enough.
throw is a pretty big deal.
There are certain throws I think.
You
that
been
should
to the
be
American
more
sumo
kept
scene, or
as
you
Hail
just stay up in
Marys,
Canada?
And the Kakenage, that leg hooking throw is among them because
I've been to the US Sumo Open last year in LA,
that move before. I
To
know
compete?
and it's my first competition ever. And yeah, I have only good things to say. It was a lot of fun.
On the right versus Zach
Very nice
Zolman
people
on
down
the
there.
left.
The American crew is doing
It's a
good work.
mainstay
anyway.
here in Austin. Zach, I believe
Oh, yeah, they
I don't
are.
know much about Canadian sumo outside of what you occasionally
guys
tell
coming
me
in for
and
the
what
belt.
JJ's up to.
Chad
So
gets the belt.
what a throw!
Get a big throw, but let's see.
Yeah, but
Argyoji-
he lost that match though.
Looks like Zach hit the ground first.
Because I think he touched with the back of his leg. Yeah, those like wrestling throws.
again, high
Mm,
risk.
yeah.
You never quite know who's
Those wrestling throws don't always work in sumo.
That big, huge dude there, Ben, I was set to verse in Roller Town, but he pulled out because his knee made a click sound at some point, and then he retired
Oh.
shortly after. And I'm still not sure if I'm glad or not, because I would have liked to say I had fought him, you know, but at the same time, Jesus Christ.
talking about it just to confirm or all right, in women's
When was that? When did you go to down in Texas?
That'd have been April last year.
The decision was
Oh,
upheld.
nice.
I'm going again in
Who is the
2
winner
weeks.
On the men's lightweight, on women's
Awesome.
lightweight, we
Hey,
have
it's Damien,
Liesl
that's right.
on the left versus Madison on the right. Liesl is here from Austin. Madison is out of Houston and the
Okay.
defending
Yeah, I'm really
national
looking
champ
forward to
in this
heading back.
division.
When was that? When did you go to down in Texas?
Madison comes in low and gets
See these two female wrestlers. Wow, that's a good
ends up on top. Madison on
a
her
good
way
leg
to
trip.
defending her title there.
A lot of crush outs in lightweight. They both go down together. I'm not sure why.
Back to the men, we have Hunter.
Whether it's overcommitted on the throw or.
Let's see.
Because what weight category do you fight in?
Marshall on the left.
Oh, that's a good light heavyweight.
Light heavyweight. Hey, we
Yeah.
can have a fight
Marshall comes
sometime.
in, gets the inside
Oh, yeah?
grip,
You
goes
too?
for the
Nice.
belt.
When I can keep
Yeah,
my
I'll be
weight
watching
under
the,
control, do drop below
Double
100.
inside, that's all in all a good
Okay.
advantage, and he lifts him out.
I'm right at the weight of light heavyweight. Usually a few pounds over. So
Good work there from Marshall.
Yeah, just be hungry for a few days leading up to a tournament.
yeah,
Fair
exactly.
enough, dog.
Women's lightweight, we have Jessica coming up again.
When I went to Worlds last year, I was on the plane, sat next to a guy from Austria,
Versus Nancy over there.
young guy, and I didn't want to eat the plane food because I didn't want to. I was watching my weight, so I kept giving him all my food. He was really happy.
Fair enough.
Jessica on the left, out of Mighty Eagle Sumo in San Antonio.
A guy
Nancy
from
on the
Austria.
right, out
You do any
of-
martial arts outside of sumo?
And yeah, I do judo. I started
Very useful.
about 7 years ago. So I started really late in my 30s, early 30s.
Never too late to start.
Chris gives it to.
Yeah, relatively late, but it wasn't. No, it definitely was not too late to start.
Nice. Versus
Well, unless you're
Houston.
trying to compete professionally, but as far as like a hobby, it's never too late to start a martial art.
That's right. Yeah, if you aim at the Olympics, for example, your 30s is really late.
We are still discussing that decision.
If you want to be getting
But
to
I
the
thought,
Olympics,
like-
5 is too late to start.
Yeah, even 5 is too late. That's right. Yeah, if you. That's why my daughter started judo already. She's 4.
Okay, so now we got
Your 30s
Justin
is really late.
getting his first match.
Judo's something I never really dabbled in. More of a kickboxer.
Up on smooth comp here, but
Yeah.
big charge.
Oh, I
from
see.
Justin made light work of
But
his
sumo's
opponent
something I
there.
find interesting because you're either already a wrestler
believe that
or
was
you
Bijan
only do
out
sumo,
of Dallas.
is what I've noticed. Like the sumo people are just absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you find that in
Yeah.
Quebec as well?
Yeah, Justin, he
well,
the first to say, and he's already said it.
in
He's getting past
Quebec,
his competing days,
like
but
we're not a lot of people doing sumo. I started the club a year and a half ago, and I'm the first one as far as I know. But in the rest of Canada, like the sumo scene was much more active about 20 years ago,
he's still in
and
competition, and he's,
most of the people involved
supporting the
were
event here.
coming from judo. So it was like a side project of a few of the judo senseis from out west in BC, and also there were some guys in Ontario.
We'll talk about him in a second. We got
So
women's-
yeah, that's a bit of the history of sumo in Canada.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What made you start it?
Yeah, it looks like we're just having
From out west in
Good charge in.
I watched a tournament in Japan in Tokyo in 2018. I was there on my honeymoon,
Tied up her opponent,
and
arm well, up high, kind of under
you know
the
how it is. My wife planned the whole trip, and I said,
yeah,
"There's one thing I want to do, and I want to watch a sumo tournament." So we watched. It was the first day of the September Bash show in 2018, and yeah, I saw it. I thought it was amazing, you know. And I was already into like strength sports, so I was lifting weights, doing like powerlifting and things like that. And sumo appealed to me, yeah, but when I came back, so I came back to Montreal, and I signed up for judo at that moment. I had a friend who was already in the club, and he was trying to convince me to join. And at that point, I thought I was ready, so I joined the club.
So I just took a look at that tournament the first day of September. You would have seen Kakuryu beat Takakeisho as the Sumo Ichiban, and Hakuho beat Tamawashi.
I have to go back because at that point I knew nothing about sumo, so I didn't know who these guys were.
Yeah, you saw some of the best to ever do it win on that day.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly where we're at.
But that's when I got into it, I
think that's the one that's having a little bit of technical trouble. So
I have to go back because at that point I knew nothing about sumo, so I didn't know who these guys were.
So for women's lightwhtweight,
I had a plate of chanko nabe. They're at the Kokugikan. They give you a free plate of chanko nabe. That's when I got into it.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
It comes with the price of admission. There's a club that does chanko at Rollertown. They'll be cooking up. They're a Texas local group.
I had a plate of chanko nabe.
Oh. Probably not as good as the real deal, but I definitely enjoyed it.
Nice, very nice. Yeah, the Rollertown tournament looks like it's a lot of fun. I really wanted to go this year, but my wife's pregnant. She's about to give birth in maybe
commitments and all that
in 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, so it's too close to the date of so that's why.
Fair enough.
My wife's pregnant. She's about to give birth in maybe
commitments and all that.
in 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, so
that's
too close
like the one
to
corner that I can't see.
Rollertown, if you can manage it next year, I would recommend it because it's, as far as I know, the most fun one to watch because there's so much going on around. It's not just a sumo tournament.
it's a round robin, right?
Yes.
Yeah, no matter how many people are in it, or
April 25th, and there's 15
no,
matches.
but I mean, like if there's like
each
okay.
East versus West, the two teams. Each
I
person
see.
fights someone else on the other team.
That's awesome. And I saw that Gagamaru will be there again.
Yeah. No, he loves it because
cool.
Corey and Siggy pay for everything when he's there, so it's just a giant holiday for him. And all he has to do is like coach 1 or 2 sumo sessions, which
that's awesome.
Konosugi, that's light work for him.
Yeah.
Warm.
No, he loves it.
Third for chops, successful there.
I've been watching some of Gagamaru's fights. He was incredible. Like the way he would just like push
This is Dark Circle.
the other fighter like out of the dohyo with just one push. Sometimes it was insane.
200 kilos. So
Yeah.
I understand how he did.
Yeah, big boy.
He's got a fantastic quote, which is, "Being enormous is a valid sumo strategy."
The other fighter like out of the dohyo.
Tell that to Shishi Goose.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, that's all Shishi is.
Troy is still in it.
No, he's actually looking pretty good this match.
I think
He's
some of his
improved
competitors
noticeably.
might have noticed that name now.
I'm not a fan of his wiggle and the what
tiger
he does
claws?
with his fingers. Yeah.
And here in that men's lightweight, we still got that up and running. We're sticking with that. On the left, we have.
I'm not sure.
But he
anyone's a
stopped
fan of
doing
the
it.
tiger claws.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he got spoken to during the bar show because it was egregious at the start, and then there was like maybe one, and then he realized he was doing it himself. So I'm pretty sure someone's like, "Hey man, you can't do this anymore."
Inside right away. Ben fights it off.
I'm not sure.
Both guys coming for grips, and Oscar with
Oh, that's a good throw.
That's good.
Another Skuinage, right? There you go.
That is the fighter from New York, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
In the pink mawashi.
Speaking of judo, because Australian nationals are coming up, there was this judo champion who showed up just to try out sumo and went undefeated in the middleweight category and did really well in the open weight as well. Even though he was like 5'9" guy, I think.
Okay.
You know, middleweight weight. And just
A Japanese judoka?
white guy from Australia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this was Australian nationals.
So the loser gets the bronze medal.
Well, Oceanic
that's good.
nationals, there's some New Zealand boys I come across as well.
Okay. A Japanese judoka?
White guy from Australia.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was going for.
All right, our men are getting ready as well. Let's see, it looks like Todd Porter on the left.
Dabbled in any other kind of wrestling, or is it just judo sumo?
Both mats going at the same time here. Let's see.
For me, it's just judo and sumo. Yeah, I've never done like freestyle wrestling or any other type of grappling.
Let's see what our referees say.
Because I know Edinburgh does a lot of freestyle wrestling.
Giving that one to Jessica.
Oh yeah.
Well, folk style is
Again, that's
the
kind
rule
of the
set
side that we have less
specifically,
of a view on,
but it's
it looks
basically
like
freestyle.
or the side judges agree.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Jessica is moving on to the finals.
And that's where he gets a lot of his strength and conditioning from as well, that kind of background.
Takes the bronze
I
medal
did
in women's
jiu-jitsu
lightweight.
before I found
Jessica versus
sumo,
Madison will be for the
and
gold.
that's kind of helped a lot for like
Back
my
to the
arm
men,
slips and
we
trying to get in
got-
on the belt.
Let's
but it doesn't
see,
really
that's
help much else.
AJ versus Marshall.
Yeah, it helps with
AJ on
athleticism,
the
you know,
left out of New York,
Yeah.
Marshall out of San Diego on the right.
developing that fighter brain.
AJ going low.
There
takes him
was
out with
a
the right.
Greco-Roman wrestler that showed up back in 2022
Yeah, you see
and
more
lost a match because like
Ashitori
mid-grab
in
he went for
amateur
a
sumo
double
than
leg
in pro.
shoot and put his own knee on the ground.
But yeah, when
Thought
it
that
works,
was interesting.
that's for sure.
Yeah.
There's all those instincts. It's like, oh, you're vulnerable to this. Yeah, for a very good reason, because it's against the rules.
Okay, let's see. Trying to make sure that I got my bracket as updated as it
You can
be.
grab the leg, just
It
don't
does
put
look
your
like
knee
we
down.
have our women's
Yeah.
gold medal match going on. We're about to
I
start.
have, because I do kickboxing
mat
predominantly, I have the same
there.
problem whenever I
So
am
on the
boxing.
left is
People will like
Madison,
sit
on the
heavy on
right
that
is
front leg, and I
Jessica.
just,
So
everything tells me to
because
kick.
You wanna
Madison
sweep
has
it?
yet to lose, Jessica will have to win 2 matches, which will be a tall order after Madison took the first matchup between these two. Jessica comes in nice and low. Good belt fighting, but Madison takes her
Another
down.
trip.
There you go. We'll be back in a second there.
That's some good sumo.
Oscar
Oh,
is
Henka.
good.
The
There you go.
nerve.
It
Yeah.
always happen, you know.
You got to do what you got to do with
I mean,
with
double
nationals,
elimination,
especially.
you know.
Sure.
Do you,
But
Henka?
that's, it hurts a little bit, but Todd knows what it takes to get
I
over.
I don't Henka a lot.
Second
I'll
place
try
from
it
last year,
every now
already
and then
taken a loss in men's
during
lightweight.
training.
Well, we got a bit of a
Alright.
break. That is the
Is
end
it
of
against,
women's
like,
lightweight.
No.
Madison
specific
Gwynn
someone
is
you got this
your
time?
repeat champion. I believe that her first championship was at
Well, there's a
weight
big
class, but this
big
is her
guy in
second
my group.
consecutive women's lightweight title.
He's about the same height as
We
me,
haven't seen
but
these guys yet. I believe we have,
weighs like
Moses
maybe
on the left versus Tyler on
an
the
extra
right.
40
Moses out of
pounds.
Sumo in Houston. Madison's teammate.
Oh, pounds?
So,
It's not that
I-
scary.
Both guys coming in
But yeah.
strong.
Yeah, an
Justin
extra 40
fast,
pounds,
well
maybe
fight.
50 pounds.
Justin getting in front of the camera there. But
So I
looks
won't
like Scott
Henka,
takes
but
the
I will
back
try
pull.
to maybe grab his arm
Anybody
and
other
pull
than
him
Justin jumping
pull
in
him
front of the
back.
camera would be a big
You know,
deal,
like a
but you
totari
knew it
sort
was
of
gonna
thing.
happen when it's
Oh, yeah.
Justin. But that means that Tyler's going to move on to face Justin. Justin will be the his next opponent.
There's a lot
Now,
of
I don't know if
both
you call
people
this a
taking
Henka,
that
but
signature.
As
Sorry?
men's lightweight continues,
Yeah.
I think we might be.
I don't think it's called a Henka when you go for the tachi, but you go kind of not committed, and then right after impact you
But yeah,
walk
men's lightweight
backward.
is obviously the bigger bracket, so that's
You know
gonna
what I
take a
mean?
little bit
Oh,
longer.
well, you just kind of
So,
stand
like-
up and brace.
Looks like coming up next we have AJ. out of
Yeah,
New
and
York
then
versus Chad out of Dark
like you'll
Circle.
go for the impact,
If
but
we do have women's middleweight,
you'll
there are only
go
3
backward right
competitors in
away,
that one,
and
that's
so
gonna
the
be a
other
double
person
round robin, but it looks like Matt 1 is gonna take a
falls
little break in
forward.
between.
it's not really a Henka, but
Oh,
it's a
slap downs, yeah.
yeah, it's like a slap down, yeah, at the tachi.
Well, it's not an honest tachi either, so I know what you mean.
Yeah, AJ
Yeah.
comes in low. Chad pushing him out. Looks like Chad took
Mm.
it.
Chad's pretty good, and it looks like he's gotten better.
There you go. That was some excellent
Versus
defense from Chad,
Rollertown,
making sure not
fight.
to let AJ take advantage of that real low grip.
Do you know how many of these guys are coming to Rollertown this year, Goose?
So Chad,
No.
I think Chad is moving.
No idea who the
Texas
lineup
is.
is.
Upper bracket.
And then
Right. Okay.
that Branger,
And
the
now I
redhead
think this might
with
be
the dragon
our
tattoo
Dark
is this
Circle
Rick, the
versus
guy
Dark
with the
Circle
beard.
match. I
He's
think
definitely
this,
there.
Yep, looks like we have Tyler on the left.
Rick's great,
versus
man.
his
You gotta
sensei,
fight him
Justin, on
sometime
the
if you
right.
can. He's just so solid.
They're already smiling and joking around.
Like, you give him your best touch eye and he keeps moving forward.
See if the switch flips.
Yeah.
Games shut off.
Oh yeah, Justin.
Edo
Justin,
Ball, the black guy
he
on
can
the
flip
side,
switch
is there as
when
well.
they yell hockey,
Walking around the
that's for
side.
sure.
Justin,
Watch
I
for
think, will
Justin's
be.
low, hard tachi eye straight to the chest.
Black guy in the ring. I have no clue who this other guy is. Oh, that ref's gonna be there. I know that for sure.
Here we go. Yeah, Justin
God, this is
comes in
strong
low
touch,
and
man.
center. Classic.
Does Rollertown do open weight classes, or do they
The
divide
whole
it?
thing's open weight. It's East versus West, 2 teams, and then you have 15 matches. You got to verse the 15 people on the other team.
Yeah, you know, he's got the.
Oh, so they cap it at 30 entrants?
It's I think it's more than that, but you don't actually verse everyone, but I'll have to take a look at the rules again, and depending on him, but it is capped
He
entrance.
wrestles a very similar style that you might.
I
Got
think it's
see in
42
professional
people
sumo.
actually, because it's a one-day
Head
bar
right
show.
in there, and yeah, just
I love it.
straightforward
Yeah.
push.
Cool.
I walked away 5 and 10 on my
Justin's gotta do
first
a
time around
back-to-back
there.
here.
I got
So
my
it looks like
ass
he'll face
whooped.
Todd.
because everyone
That's crazy, man.
overestimated
It's-
my abilities, and they put me up against like Edo and
So,
other state
yeah,
champions and stuff
Todd
like
out of
that.
Show Me Sumo.
Or like Caleb Backus.
I mean,
who's
you-
been doing this
Mention it
forever.
yet,
I
that
just
is
got
Yama's
whooped.
club in
Weren't you
St.
fresh
Louis.
off the Australian bronze though when you went over there for
Basically,
that?
the whole country is
Yeah.
sensei, is,
Bronze,
is
man,
Yama, former professional
a lost
sumo
match.
wrestler.
Come on.
Currently
Come on, it's a
in
whole
St. Louis
country.
and starting a,
There's some
starting
good
a bit
talent
of a
in
club of his
America,
own
man.
Yeah,
there.
fair enough.
Oh, Justin
Although,
comes in hard
again,
with
it's
that head again.
Caleb, right?
A bit
Your
more of an
buddy.
even grip here.
He's not competing again, actually. He's recovering from surgery.
Bummer.
Justin takes
He
it.
will
But I was
be
gonna say,
there
I would-
next year. I think he's coming to
I would
Worlds.
take him.
That tail is pesky. They should
I would
tie it
take
back
him
or something.
over like I don't know
Oh, yeah.
anyone we've seen today.
Yeah, me too.
Be happy with himself for getting
The,
as far as he has here, but he's
The lack
Chad,
of
that was
training is going to
happening.
affect
Does
him,
everybody who
but
has
he should
watched
clean
the
house in
breather.
Australia next year.
Bracket final.
Yeah.
Will be guaranteed a medal. The loser of this match will still have
Have
another
you heard about
chance at it.
Caleb from Australia?
I have. I've seen some of his videos on YouTube.
He's so good.
Yeah, he's so good.
He's
And
so
he
good.
went to Worlds in 2023.
Here
Yes.
we go.
I saw his fights as well.
Justin
But
comes in hard to the
if I remember
chest.
correctly, he
Tear
didn't
it
do
back
that
and
well
forth.
at
He's
Worlds.
an incredible athlete.
Chad's working him
He
backwards,
doesn't have
though.
any fighting
Chad's got both
experience
hands on
outside
the
of
belt
sumo,
there,
though.
breaking Justin's grip.
Yeah.
And
Justin's got
unfortunately,
the
was
he
a
hasn't been
going
able to
for
really
the
build
key
up
leg
on
grip.
that since the injury.
Throw
So,
attempt.
damn.
Oh, and Chad takes him down.
The follow-through
But-
on that
Was he a
beautiful
competitive
circular
bodybuilder before that,
motion
Goose?
just
Is
Yes.
that what his background is?
Natural
Yeah,
bodybuilder,
okay.
too. That dude's a
Yeah,
genetic
yeah, yeah.
freak.
Once he's got that leg lifted
Dude,
up,
not
yeah,
just natural. He's
beautiful
doing it
follow
vegan. Like
through,
he's just
and
eating
Chad
tofu.
at the top was
Yeah, but he's
Justin.
taking mad supplements, so it's not
that means
really
that
vegan.
Chad
That's
is
true.
either your
Okay,
gold or silver
fair enough,
finalist
fair
moving
enough.
on to the finals. And we do still have our lower
Like, it
bracket.
is.
We
He
do
is
still have quite a
following
few
his
matches to
doctrine,
go.
but
Everybody is still
He has
in.
got like an absolute, I don't know what the word is for it.
Okay.
He's got a
we got,
regime
Ben
of like
out
powders
of
and
Grand
juices and
Rapids
stuff like
versus
that that he wouldn't be
the
getting
other
from
Justin
tofu.
out of Dark Circle coming
Oh,
up
I'm
here.
sure whey protein is in
like
absolutely
I
everything he
mentioned,
eats,
everybody
but
gets 2 losses before
I'm
they're
also sure it'd be
eliminated. Both of
easier
these
if he
guys
was
lost
sticking
their
to the
first
old
match,
brown
but they're still
chicken
in
and
it.
rice, or brown
Everybody
rice
still
and
has a
chicken.
chance to make their way all the way back up for the gold.
Well, that's the thing that's beautiful about protein powder. I could eat 5 steaks, but that's all I'm doing.
All right, looks
That
Yeah.
like the winner here will move on to face Troy out of Ohio. Ooh, good hit from Justin, but Ben works his way
That's a good
inside.
touchy eye.
Those
Yeah.
underhooks are doing some good work for Ben. He's got a deep under grip. Throw attempts.
beautiful.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Very
it
good.
looks like both guys were going for a throw. He's got a
Not
little
so
bit
sure
of a
about the
Hail Mary at
pants, but the
last second,
sumo
but
is
Ben takes the win.
very good.
Ben Kosmelski out of
They're very
Grand
weird
Rapids
sumo pants. It's kind of like when boxers have all those frills on them just to catch the eye.
Out of
Well, I have permissions to use the chat
Yeah.
because
What, on the
Here we
YouTube?
go.
It doesn't
Both guys still
load.
got a shot. Loser
Oh,
is
on the
done
YouTube,
for the
okay.
day
Hey, what do you
at
mean?
weight.
on the Discord
Yeah,
and
you
the
can
channel.
use it. You good, me?
Oh, nicely done there.
Doesn't work.
Oh.
Doesn't matter.
Too low. Moses knew that he would be coming in hard, and Moses just gave ground until Bijan touched with his hands.
According to Hayden, he's not going to be able to watch because it's Minecraft movie time. Okay.
That's that. Keep him on.
Absolutely.
Okay, Matt Shield. So would have been in this turn.
Rematch.
Okay,
This guy
we
again.
got, two Midwesterners here. On the left is Troy, the guy who got the big upset.
Are those
on Edo
skulls
earlier.
on his
Ben
pants?
out of Grand Rapids on the
Looks
right.
like skulls and roses.
Troy comes in nice and low. Ben is doing well to fight him off, but Troy does still have a belt grip.
Yeah, that's
Spin
good.
around,
Oh,
good recovery. Well
That was
done from Ben.
very impressive.
wow. Yeah.
Man, that was some good acrobatics there.
Yeah, it was. Great movement from this guy.
He's no slug. Something like press so far with everybody. This has been a
Still
good
do
turnout.
heavy lifting.
Okay, Matt 2 over there. We've got.
Oh,
Carlos
I'm
on
still
the right
lifting,
side
but
of
not
Shingeki
really
Houston.
heavy.
Hunter
I
on the
started
left in the dark circle. Hunter's got arms
started going to a
inside. He's working
Olympic
that,
weightlifting school.
Oh, really?
But I'm just starting out. Yeah, I'm just starting out. Just want to learn the movements and
Spinning at the edge.
Shit's hard.
Carlos takes the win.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. To me, it's like meditation.
All right,
You know,
it does
you
look
just
like we are moving to men's
you need to get it
light-heavy over
right.
on the right.
Yeah.
So
Just block out
You do
everything
one-
with
Middle
the
over on the
technique.
right.
Benjamin Lacey.
yeah.
Ben Lacey on the right. We got to get that bracket.
There is
So I
that
don't go
beautiful moment
hard.
of thoughtlessness when you're trying to
I
lift
couldn't
something
tell on
heavy,
that one.
though.
That's that corner
Where,
again
like,
that we can't
nothing
see.
else matters
I'll get that
except the
bracket up,
lift
so
in that
I
time.
apologize. I'll be doing better with the
It's
names.
a fun place to be.
But win goes to Ben Lacey.
Yeah.
Middleweight over there,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
brother's division.
You're absolutely right. That's why I like it.
Very soon.
We'll get
very
that
nervous.
bracket open. So yeah, so yeah, Noah's gonna
Trying
be
to-
keeping an eye out.
Trying to get a
definitely the high mom
200
moment.
kilo
Oh, I
squat.
think he's next.
Probably not this year, but next.
So
Oh man, 200 kilos.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's like one of those full depth pause squats. Currently at
Ye-
150.
Oh, really?
I'm starting to get nervous because it's taken me
All right,
longer
so
to go
Matt won.
from
We got Sai on the left
140
versus
to,
Max
or
on
was it
the right.
130 to 150 than it
Noah
has
will
from
rejoin
100
us when
to
he
130.
Can, but yeah, this is
So
Noah's
progress is
brother
slowing
on the right.
down.
In the beautiful new
I
red
need to really
Mawashi.
start looking into like the
Shout out
science
to
and
Dan
nutrition
from New
side
York
of things
for
to improve.
providing some beautiful dyed mawashi for wrestlers around the
That's
country.
just one thing I want to achieve: a 200 kilo squat.
On the other mat, I think we got to go.
Do you
split
train?
screen here. We got
Do you have a
Edo
trainer
up
or you train on your
the
own?
left.
My
And-
brother
You have a coach, I mean?
is an
Yeah.
exercise
All right, Max is
physiologist.
getting the push
He went to uni
initially.
for it. I get a lot of my advice
Size
from him.
defending.
Edo just throwing
Good.
people into the chairs on the second screen.
Lincoln,
Good
you'll
lord.
miss it. Edo through Zach right out of the ring.
I think production crew needs to realize that you're gonna miss some matches, and that's okay.
For Max, he stayed in that very
Beautiful.
well.
Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
Position, it's his favorite throw. Used it to reposition his opponent to the edge and finish him off with a clean, straightforward
Either
win.
run,
Good job,
have
brother.
both things recorded so you have all the matches ready after the
Excellent
fact,
work from Max. How's your heart
and
there?
realize that this is a martial arts tournament and not a stream.
Excited for my brother.
All
I
right,
don't know,
so
the
he's
Americans
gonna-
have a
yeah,
theatrical
he'll move on
side to
to
them
face the
that
winner of this coming
I
match
guess I
on
can
Matt.
appreciate.
Over on lightweight, though, like I mentioned, Blinken, you'll miss
They
it.
definitely
Edible
do.
Moved on. He took out Zach Zolman. Looks like now
Maybe
we
it's my
have
perspective where like some of the best fights I've ever seen
Moses
were
on the
not
right versus
recorded and
Marshall
just
on the
like in a
left.
tavern, you know,
Moses has that lower grip. He's working
some
some
small
trip
Muay Thai
attempts
league
there.
that pretends to have
Thinking
a belt.
about it. Oh, almost had it there. Work to the edge. Ooh, a big old scorpion roll.
Okay,
there,
so
but
we
looks like
missed
it
the
is
end of the
Marshall.
match.
All right,
Looked like a
middleweight,
toss-up.
Mike Wisham. Ooh, Mike Wisham, a mainstay
Who's
in
this
this
guy?
division down here in Texas. And he took out Ryan McLaren out of the hometown Dark Circle.
Buff as hell.
Yeah, we're getting the
There's
bigger
Corey.
divisions here as they go. We're going to get a lot of split screens, so we'll only be able to commentate on one at a time, but
He runs the
we'll do our
Dallas
best to
Sumo
make
Club.
sure
He's
everything's
great.
on camera.
And I've got more friends.
Weird
from
guy,
Middle-
but
The
he's
dude
great.
walking across the
Yeah,
background?
so,
In the cowboy hat behind the ref.
so yeah, Noah will be a little distracted, but no, it's both these divisions are pretty stacked. And
Yeah,
you'll
he's
see
a good
as you go on
wrestler,
a lot
too.
of familiar names from prior nationals.
He did look pretty good in the
Rodriguez
footage I've seen
coming up. He's a buddy
recently.
of mine. He's one of the few people in the country that really prefers
I've
a Suzuki style.
beat him a
Thrusting
few
arms
times,
out,
and I've fallen off
rapid fire.
recently, so
You don't see a
whatever
lot of
that means.
putty here, but we might get it from Sam.
He'll probably
Yep.
whip my ass.
One of
I
the
haven't
purest
trained in
pusher
6 months.
thrusters
It's
in the
upsetting.
middle, for sure. Bulking up to middleweight this year. He's usually been lightweight.
Are you still doing kickboxing,
yeah,
just
your
not
first
training
person
sumo, or
on
just
this
too
one,
busy
so
for
we got-
anything?
Let's see,
I'm
we
at a
got
Muay
lightweight,
Thai
that is
sparring every
Carlos
Friday.
And Tyler.
There you
It's
go.
Dude,
it's been so fantastic. This is gonna sound strange, but trust me, it's owned by a WBC middleweight world champion. They currently have a women's WBC lightweight world champion, and then 3 WBC Queensland, which is the state champions. It's an absurdly high level gym, and I've been sparring there for like a year and getting my ass beat because I am not state champion level. But I feel like I've progressed more in a year than I have in the last 9 years.
Got him off the belt and got back to
My fighting ability has been incredibly worth it.
He wants to win with his style.
Like I'm at the stage where I'm starting to land like hits and like surprise these guys, and they're actually having to try harder against me. I'm not feeling like I'm being babied.
Last year, and one of these guys will be eliminated before the medal rounds. Both of these guys got upset.
What's
Okay,
You
New York versus Texas.
To face each other, rematch from last year's
Fake
finals.
Texas, but yeah.
That's Oscar on your
Edibor's from Texas, right?
He moved to Texas. He's from
he moved to
North Carolina.
California?
He moved just for sumo?
Yep.
Because I feel like moving
for
to
his
Texas.
girlfriend
There's so much
and
sumo down
sumo.
there. Girlfriend too, yeah.
I think he left a better club, joined Corey's, and then he left Corey's club anyway.
That's Corey.
Yep.
Just won his
Oh wait,
fight.
that wasn't Corey in the background then. They just have the same beard and hat.
Someone else.
Got Marshall versus Ben on lightweight here. Ben doing his thing again, staying nice and low and inside.
You gotta love a
Going
failed
for some
anchor
push and
attempt.
thrusting. Ben keeping. Oh, he's back to neutral.
Kimboshi Sumo, is that JJ?
Nah, that's my name's Rick, man. Nice to meet you.
Rick.
I don't know where is JJ at. I'm just like hanging out here,
Something
creeping in the
on,
corner.
I forget what.
Ben is eliminated.
Gotcha.
Marshall is moving on. We got
So
another couple
if you're
rounds
at
before we get to the,
did you say Montreal or Quebec?
Yeah, I'm Gus. I'm Montreal. Where are you?
3, 4, 5, 6,
I'm in Kentucky, in the U.S.
Kentucky. Nice. All right.
But I was just curious, like, I don't know, in Canada, do you guys fight against each other at all? I mean, that's a pretty big leap between where you're at and JJ out in Alberta.
Yeah, it's far.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
We haven't fought against each other yet. I am trying to get a Canadian national championship like set up, but it's not that easy. Like combat sports are strictly regulated here,
Oh really?
so you need to get a permit, and it's not easy because the system is different in each province, and like in Quebec, Ontario, it's almost impossible to get a permit.
Meanwhile, in Saskatchewan, they're just like, I don't know, hit each other with frying pans. We don't care.
Yeah, in a cornfield or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Todd versus Marshall at lightweight. We're gonna be pretty synced up here. Let's see. If
So
we can
is
get, we
that
got
when
both
you
at a
talk
time?
about needing different permits, like is it to have medical staff for like concussion protocols and stuff, or?
Yeah, that's not a problem. I can get that myself, you know.
Yeah.
The thing is, I need a permit before I can hire someone
Stabilized
to do
between
that.
Todd and
Gotcha.
Marshall there.
So you got to get approved before you can even get the safety
Yeah.
regulations met.
Exactly.
Okay.
The thing is, like, the government knows that the system is obsolete, right? Like, we need to have a system that works in the 21st century. So they're overhauling the whole thing, but like we don't know when they're gonna be ready. So, like here in Quebec, they straight up told me we can't let you have a tournament for now. We're reviewing how we do things, and you're gonna have to wait. So,
Unfortunately.
yeah.
So even just within your province, because I was thinking maybe the hang up is that you were trying to go national, like multi-province, but even just within your own home province.
Yeah, it's just the we can't have tournaments. That's all. We can have practice, like we practice here, but we can't have a tournament.
Strong as an ox, though. Always got to watch out for the power moves.
Is it like that for every kind of fighting style, or just what you're trying to do?
No, and that's the problem. It's like
Edo means business.
historically they've always done it
Judge is gonna give that one to
sport by sport. So every sport has to like lobby the government
Right.
until they get approved. So that's what happened with BJJ, for example. BJJ tournaments are legal in Quebec, and it's been like that for only a couple years. Before that, they were lobbying the government for years, for years and years, and we couldn't have. Well, I don't do BJJ, but the BJJ people couldn't do tournaments in Quebec, so they would go to Ontario. They would go to Ottawa, for example. It's only like an hour and a half drive from Montreal, and they would do their tournaments over there. Now, BJJ tournaments are legal, but it's a hassle, you know, to kind of like have to beg.
Yeah, a lot of negotiating has to get done, eh?
Yeah. So that's the way it is here in Canada.
Unfortunate. Definitely worth pursuing.
Yeah, it is. It is. We're not giving up.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what
you
I'm
like
about.
you talked about.
I've seen you're just putting in mad effort to try and grow sumo, which I really do respect.
At middleweight, we've got Sam.
Thank you. It's yeah, I don't know what got me. I think I was bitten by the sumo bug, and I said, okay, I gotta make this happen, you know. So I put in a lot of effort, but eventually I'll get, eventually I'll have to slow down, you know.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I imagine watching your first time live, like in the Kokugikon, is a crazy way to do it.
Yeah, I was how would I say it? I was captivated when I saw it. I had no idea what it was, you know. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I love the slap down.
Yeah, for me, it's just the Tachi. It's just the coolest thing in fighting to me. Just no defense, purely honest, like two souls just crashing into each other. Trying to give it your all to just crush the other person is just the most fascinating thing in all fighting to me.
Yeah, agreed. It's really
it's
really beautiful to see.
With my wrists on my eyebrows, trying to protect my head and be evasive in that. And then just to completely ignore all of that and just hit someone with a Tachi.
Both guys coming real hard. Temple's got the inside, but Josh
Cathartic for you.
Beautiful. Good hip throw.
So what's your style of Tachi, Goose?
I believe he got
very much like Terunofuji, where you have that fish hook on your right arm. Because I will like crash in sort of like a rugby tackle with that, and if I get it right, I do flick the arm around the hips and try and get an inside belt grip that way.
Okay.
Sort of sneak it in rather than fight for it most of the time, otherwise I kind of treat it like Abi. Because if I'm losing like that, if I realize this other person is way too big for me to do like that, I will just, you know, bring out the footwork, handwork kind of stuff.
Okay, so you got a couple options.
At middleweight, looks like they were talking about the decision. And yes, they are confirming that Josh Crook is the winner.
I'm still learning the basic classic sumo Tachi, you know, sort of like Takeru Fuji, you know, he's very good at that. The kind of almost like high school, like in Japan, high school sumo Tachi, you know, go straight for the chest.
Let's see, we've got Sai on the left. Oh, I see, we're moving down here. And
Tamawashi also does it like that.
Yeah,
these guys are teammates here in Austin. Sai's got the inside grip, and that looks like that's what did it. Yeah, there you go. No worries. Once he gets that inside, the head on the chest.
I do try and get that Takekeisho.
Now we're going on to
both
the
hands
men's
under the
lightweight
armpit.
Finals.
Just
if Chad
blast him
wins,
through
he
the
takes
roof
gold.
if I can when I go for it.
If Edo wins, it's a rematch. Come in hard. Oh man.
Oh.
Toss him like a sack of potatoes.
Edo's so violent with it.
Yeah.
You gotta love it.
All right, well. All right, first round was academic.
Do you guys know if he did another sport before sumo? Like, did he come over from judo or something?
Freestyle wrestling.
Oh, you were talking about that earlier.
And a lot of his body sense. If you know freestyle wrestling, you can really see it in his footwork, the way he moves around.
Boom, Edo comes in low again. Oh, Chad sprawls.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
This is the most unique sumo match I have seen this year.
I need a picture of that.
Take it back, screenshot. Look at this.
What in the goddamn?
And Edibor couldn't drop him because
No, he didn't.
his arms were underneath the other guy, so he would have lost if he dropped him.
The elbows.
Yeah.
Okay, back to men's
Core strength.
These guys are
Just
pretty big.
twist that man.
Okay, we got Temple coming inside. Big throw.
Whoa.
Temple takes the
Nice.
win.
I see this so much in amateur sumo, but not in the pros. If there is a throw, they both go out together.
Let's see,
I know
117.
Hosharyu's
Yeah, okay,
I
I
not
apologize,
a
that
fair
was Brent
comparison,
Meyer out
but
of
whenever he
Raijin
throws
Sumo.
someone, he's always left standing.
Too slow
You
on
know?
my
Yeah.
I guess no one
pronunciation
really
to,
has that
keep
judo
track of,
background in
keep track of the
sumo,
names.
so
My apologies.
maybe it's that mentality that they don't have.
We are getting women's middleweight set up.
Yeah, because when you approach the Tawara, right, you're supposed to lower your body
All right, yeah,
so that you don't go out
There goes
Yeah.
with the other person.
Noah's brother. Excuse me.
But-
You see, Hakuoho is really good at
versus
that.
Zach
He will
out of
drop the
Mighty
hips
Eagle
and
Sumo
squat
in an
push him out.
elimination match.
Yeah.
What do we got?
I guess in the amateur sumo, or at least like US sumo, they don't
Champion,
emphasize
making sure to
that.
Oh man, he can't go 5.
I'm guilty of that
Get
too.
Another couple hugs here.
Oh, so that was Edo getting
Men's
gold.
middleweight here. This is an elimination
going
match.
to
Both these
Thailand.
guys have taken one loss. Winner's still in it. Loser is
I'm
done
going
with
to Thailand
middleweight.
too, but it's just to watch.
Zach on the left.
Oh,
Max
that's
on the
cool.
right.
Yeah.
Zach comes in
Are you gonna
hard
catch any
with the
Muay
head,
Thai
but
when
Max
you're there?
works inside.
We'll see.
Good methodical
It's,
sumo from Max there. Well
My
done.
brother loves his
My
tricks,
uncle's
but I
spent
tell
like
him, I
half
tell
his life in
everybody, you
Thailand,
can
so he's
win by
going with me.
Yorikiri, win by Yorikiri.
And I'll show him the
Right.
shoot sumo,
Should
and
be
then he'll show me everything else.
It's safe, it's unrisky, it's
Yep.
quick.
Perfect.
That's textbook what you want to do every time. In Japanese, they call that denshamichi, which means
That's a sport that I would
Oh,
love
sure,
to
okay.
try to follow, but like,
That's a
I
new
mean,
term for
you've
it.
mentioned
Yeah,
it
makes
before,
perfect
Goose.
sense.
Like,
If
those
you-
dudes
if you
fight
can,
just
let's
like
do it.
every Friday in like prize fights. Like their
Same
record
job.
by the time they
All right, let's
retire is.
see.
Yeah, I know.
There's six women's medal.
They're like 362 and 295 is, and I'm like, oh, and he's 25.
Yeah, it's
Looks like Waka Ichiro's getting recruited
like
to be
one
a
of the
corner
best
judge for a bit.
examples is there was this like Mexican guy
we're
that
sticking
came
with
out
men's
for
middleweight.
1FC,
Looks like we
and it's
got
like
Sai on the
28 and
left
2.
out of Dark
Like that's a
Circle,
crazy
Sam out of
record.
Chicago
That's like
on the
an
right.
insane level of
Silent
dominance.
fight tall.
28 and 2. He's trying to fight for the belt. He's moving to 1FC. That dude's ridiculous. Who's his opponent?
Let's see. So yeah,
Rod
this
Tank.
is an elimination match. Winner will move on to face
270
Temple.
and 10.
Yeah.
And he's 25. The only way you can do that is if you're fighting every weekend
Taking his
since
time getting
6
set
years
up.
old.
All right, there you go. Both guys coming
crazy.
in with the thrusting. Sam likes to keep
And
that
there's like
distance.
Sanchai,
Like, I just-
who's one of the best to
And
ever
there
do
he
it.
goes. Takes it.
Has the
Good
great story where he was his first fight was
Keep on him,
10
keep on him.
baht,
His hand placement
was
is
his
good.
prize
He's not
money for
slipped
winning.
up. Strong sumo from
which
Sam.
is like
Yep.
I think
Excellent
5
work.
cents in America.
All right. So
Lord.
women's middleweight is coming up as well.
That was a good
Women's
win.
middleweight is a smaller division, so it'll be
Yeah, he was
a
looking pretty
With
double
the,
round robin.
Roshidashi.
Face everybody else twice.
Hey, it's
All
Corey.
the matches will happen regardless of who wins. But we have Eileen West out of Rain City in Seattle. Ashley out of
All right, let's
Sumo
watch
San Diego.
Corey's fight.
Caitlin Jones listed as Shogeki Sumo.
He has
All
a
right, middleweight here. We've
kind
got
of
Corey
chonmage
versus
on
Ben.
his hair.
That was a
Both
good
guys
touch,
coming
yeah.
in
By
somewhat
Nipez.
even. Ben's a tricky thrower here,
Oh.
so Corey's gotta be careful even if he gets the
Bought him
push.
off.
Watch out for tricks at the edge, but Corey
Yes.
sticks with it. Well done.
Dude, Corey's looking good.
Got it done.
Ben
Yeah.
does have a lot of
Defended a
throwing
throw and
technique.
countered
He's
it
also
into
good with
offense.
trips.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
he's really a tough customer
Yeah, yeah.
with technique. So that was
What's with the
strong for
gear on
Corey.
his knee? Does he have a
Over to our
past
other
injury?
mat, Women's middleweight. We're
Likely.
gonna start with Eileen on the left, Caitlin on the right.
I'd have to ask him.
Oh,
Yeah,
think
I just
about
wasn't sure
that.
if you knew
Corey's
offhand
foot.
from talking with him.
Oh yeah, okay. Eileen
Oh,
goes straight forward.
I
Caitlin
like
pulls
the,
at edge.
I think she threw from the knot.
I think she
I like the
did.
elbow push at the
That
tachi
is
eye.
fascinating because he
But
cares
yeah, just
more
had the
about
right
other people's
leverage to turn
matches than
Eileen
his own.
around.
Impressive.
Dude,
So
yeah,
back to men's
he
middleweight.
is
Looks like
constantly
Corey
jumping
versus
around
Ben.
in the
Let's see
margins
that one.
here.
Was there a toe out? Oh yeah, they overturned it.
Unfortunately, yeah, I think
Like
Corey's foot
you'll
went out
talk to
first.
him afterwards,
He
like
landed on top,
like
but
talk to him
yeah,
after he
didn't,
beat me
if
once.
your
Like what
foot
happened?
goes
He just
out,
like got
your
on
foot
my
goes
armpits and
out.
lifted me up.
So
Yeah, just push out from
Would
there.
be Isami
Yeah, I thought so.
Ashi would be
Thanks.
how that
Just
would
like
be,
wanted to like clarify what was
accidental
going
step
on.
out. Yeah.
And you watch him, it's like, oh, you know, this guy's kind of weak here.
All right, so
Then like
we've
Kalen
got,
wins and he's like
looks
doing
we're
fucking
synced
star
up again.
jumps and
We've got
shit.
Ashley versus Caitlin on one mat. Then over here we've got
Weird
Gabe
guy.
versus Mike.
Is he still? Does he still live in?
Giant white man in the purple Mawashi. He's kind of hard to miss.
Ashley is a fierce competitor on the women's side.
That's right. Ashley's a defending champion.
Oh, I see. It makes sense.
Thank you.
Oh, coming in.
Ashley with the thrusting takes it easy, real quick. Yeah, she is strong as an ox.
I find that they don't have a lot of time in between matches to recover.
Gabe on the left versus Mike on the right. Gabe out of Grand Rapids.
Yeah, there is pretty big attendance. They're kind of caught up in getting this done as quick as they can. Because if you don't, it takes all day.
Yeah, understandable.
Like, this is a 6-hour video. You don't have to stay for all of it, man. You can go whenever. It's all good.
Seems like he's got a plan today.
Yeah, middleweight
they're doing 6 hours of fighting.
I think that was an understatement. That extra muscle.
Because after all this, there's open weight, which I think everyone competes in, which is a ridiculous bracket to run through.
All right, here we go. Eileen versus Ashley.
So they go through and do their divisions and then do open weight again.
Yeah.
Brutal, especially if you're
people not used to getting hit in the face.
So women's middle, like I mentioned, double round robin. So that's the first half. They're going to do the same 3 matches.
I wonder what happens if someone were to win their weight division and the open weight, because they can only do one at Worlds.
They give it up to second place. But they get to choose which one they give up, because you can't compete in
They get to choose. Yeah.
And I'm appreciating the
I know
rematch
that because that happened in Australia, where Caleb won heavy and open.
All right, they come in a little bit slow. They fight for the grips. Josh gets those long
what did he choose?
on the inside, but JJ
I think
open, I guess. Yeah.
Josh backwards.
It's real sumo, you know.
Not working for Josh. JJ staying too centered, too low and powerful.
Open weight for sumo is also the bit that I love.
Something to do with those long limbs.
Because you, like, yeah, you train your whole life and then you go compete in, like, your weight categories, and you both kind of cut weight, so you're both around the same size, style fighter. But, like, every weekend it's sparring now. You just fight whoever looks at you. So you're just fighting every type of body size, and that's so much fun. Just like 3 minutes with this, 30-second break, 3 minutes with that guy, 30-second break, 3 minutes with that chick, 30-second break. So it's like sparring night, but as a martial art. It's cool. I love it.
Yeah, Josh is, I said it before, he's so good at those. He's the best word I've come up with it.
You ever done any boxing, Gus?
Yeah,
because you get that kind of, you can fully engage your legs.
I haven't done boxing per se. I've done a little bit of French kickboxing, Savat.
Savat, I know that. That's kicking with just the feet, isn't it?
And it's not that hard to lift.
Exactly.
No shins or knees. That's, I don't know anything about that. I really need to look into it. Sounds interesting.
Probably won't be seeing these lift outs, but
yeah, it's very popular in France, of course. They have a league and everything. I've only tried it for like 6 months.
Looks like they're discussing it. I think we might have a rematch.
That was a long time ago.
Interesting.
Women's middle, it looks like
I did kick a guy in the face though, and it felt good.
We'll have Ashley versus Caitlin coming up next.
Dude, head kicks are so hard to land. They always feel good.
All right, so looks like this is the second to last.
He had kicked me in the face. I was like, oh god. And then like a minute later, I returned the favor.
Hell yeah.
You'd like to what?
I need to look into Savat. It sounds interesting.
We can take a break after this division here for just.
It is very interesting.
Oh, I see. For the replay,
Is this
go
a
on
rematch?
YouTube and you'll have to rewind it. That's the best you got. Okay. Whoop. False start on the women's middleweight. The ref. So what just happened there? The
Doing
referees
sumo
need
with the
to
earrings in is
consult
crazy,
replay. It was
actually.
too close for them to decide. So what they're going to do is come right here to our YouTube.
Oh, she has
channel and have to
earrings?
rewind it to make a decision.
Looks like it.
I thought they would have asked her to remove them.
They come in low. Ashley with the head on the
Nice.
Good
chest.
touchy eye.
Yeah.
She's good.
Ashley takes the win. I think that might clinch the gold for her, but they've got one
Rick,
more
do
match
you
to
do
finish.
sumo as well?
That'll
Now
be
in
the last
Kentucky?
one for women's middleweight.
I'm a little quitter. Goose and JJ have always told me there's a club not far from me. It's like the next city over, like an hour or something. But I've just never done it.
Oh, you should try sometime. Isn't Sensei Seth from Kentucky?
I think he's with
or
the
I'm
North
mistaken.
Carolina boys, where Edo was
Oh, North Carolina, sorry. Wow, my bad.
I mean, yeah. In American or Canadian senses, Kentucky and North Carolina are very close to each other, just not in any normal sense.
Yeah.
I remember the logo for NC Sumo, where a lot of them fought. There's that Ed guy, I think his name is.
Can Eileen get
Yeah,
revenge?
the older gentleman. He was really good. He doesn't seem to be here this year.
And Ashley just helped her, escorted her the rest of the way to the ground.
Looked like Ashley understood that Eileen was going to come in really low because she's
really good attendance
lower
for this
by
too.
Ashley,
natural talent.
just like Josh over here, that skinny, that long-limbed height advantage is working for Ashley.
How long do they get to train here between U.S. Nationals and then Worlds? Like, because this is obviously deciding who goes. So they get a good chunk of time.
Goes for a leg, up he goes.
Whoa.
My God.
Yeah, that's a lift out. So JJ
That wasn't sumo so much as a suplex, but
it counts. Because Australian Nationals is April 27th. Well, Oceanic Nationals, you gotta remember.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So it's a bit of time.
I mixed up who was on which side. Yep, JJ got the lift out win, so good for JJ there.
That can be the tough part about being kind of tall.
So how does it work? You'll have people from Australia, New Zealand, any other countries?
Fiji, Tonga, Samoa, Papua New Guinea.
So it's one tournament?
There's a larger island collective around Australia that doesn't really have any sort of unity outside of being called Oceania.
Yeah, I think this is his second tournament. I think he was at the.
So let's say if you're from New Zealand, and you get the best result at the tournament, that means you are selected.
That'll be coming up after Temple
Yeah.
versus Sam.
So you don't need to get gold, obviously, because you're competing against people from other countries.
Yeah, and also there's no real like sumo scene in New Zealand. There's like 4 guys.
Right.
All right, Temple takes the win. Yeah. Okay, so last match at women's.
What about like the Tongans though?
Because like Samoa is a very small island, Tonga is a small island. They can't really have their own national scene, so they get collected into the area. And even though Australia is massive, it's only a 20 million people country.
Eileen is getting Caitlin backwards. Oh, and Eileen.
I was just curious if it would be disproportionate for some of those islands, though, because like there are some monster Tongans who play rugby in like France and Italy.
And that's all they do.
Fair enough. So it's they only have so many people and they all play rugby.
Yeah, Islanders love their rugby, man.
All right, there it is then. So no sumo. I mean, surely they would transition well, right? I mean, you even mentioned when you were talking about your Tachi doing like a rugby tackle, right? Like a rugby player could totally convert to sumo.
There is an American rugby player. Yeah, that does sumo. So yeah.
Ben Lacey versus Max out of Sunflower.
The physicality transfers, the tackling transfers, but there's a lot you would have to adapt because the way you tackle going to ground isn't exactly sumo.
So we're approaching the end of men's middle.
And it's how do I describe it?
It's
just a different approach to offense that you would have to adapt, but it definitely would help you if you didn't do anything.
You suppose when you say a different approach to offense, is it because your opponent's not at speed? Like in rugby, some of your tackle is like turning your opponent's momentum from them literally sprinting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Max comes in hard.
Like run it straight is basically sumo as well.
Oh, no, Max stayed steady.
Show you what that is if you don't know.
There you go. Just stay classic sumo.
The most violent Australian pastime.
Just escorted him to the edge and didn't let
Australia's answer to the Irish hurling.
Essentially.
Works well for the people that he can overpower, but the mics and the temples, you know, it'll be
right. Sure.
Story. That's where hopefully the tricks can come in handy.
Well, speaking of tricks.
So people that love tackling in rugby turn that into an entire sport. Run it straight.
Oh.
Someone with the ball runs,
a 10 out of 10.
The tackler has to run at them, and you're not allowed to sidestep or divert or anything. It's just run it straight.
Oh, I love that they're clearly just at like a county fair too. Like I'm here for this.
That's so cool.
This is everything.
There's the big one. There it is, most replayed.
3, 2, 1.
Fourth guy.
That.
Wow.
Oh.
So you can see where the sumo comes into it.
Of course, yeah.
Okay. Oh, no, they're discussing.
Of course, in sumo you can't gather that much speed, right?
Right.
Middleweight, another elimination match. Strongest guys in the division. Temple on the left out of Kurowashi. Mike on the right out of Shogeki. Ooh, looks like false start there. We weren't ready.
False start.
Mike jumped a little early.
She did say Hakioi.
She did say Hakioi. I wonder what. Yeah,
it was nice of Mike to stop. I mean, he might have had a case.
I think exposure is the main thing.
Not that I want to see that. But.
Yeah, if somebody doesn't
like,
go, I mean, by
people
all means,
just don't know about sumo and how to compete.
All right.
Because that's that moment that we all have at some point. It's like, wait, sumo? And just there's so many people that haven't had that kind of moment.
Mike's foot was out first. I saw it. I'm pretty sure.
I think that's what I saw too.
And like, so a lot of those Pacific Islander countries are kind of poor, so it would take a lot of like government programs to really set up like being able to fly everywhere to compete so often, you know. And all of that money is already going into rugby.
So it does look like we're getting juniors warmed up.
Which honestly, like you can't even blame them. Like you said, I didn't even think about that. If you literally have to charter a flight for your kids to get their next game, like, come on.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. The New Zealand guys are flying to Sydney, in Australia, to compete in their local tournament. Their annual tournament is not in their country, which is probably why there's only 4 of them coming across.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Max is rearing to go. Josh taking his time, making sure he's set. Oh, Josh jumps to the side.
We should play run it straight at roller too.
Max stays in.
Oh my God! On that Saturday night after the tournament's done and people don't care if they destroy their knee.
Yeah. Oh, definitely after the fact. Like, I'm bringing boxing gloves as well, but that's for only after.
Yeah, that was a strong throw. Yeah, he got that. He got that leverage. He got the feet tripped up.
Brothertown is next week, right?
Week and a bit.
So
the 12th? Oh, 25th. Okay, no,
correct.
in 3 weeks. Nice.
It had me scared. I got flights to catch.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Are you going there too, Rick?
Yeah, I'm gonna go down there, but not competing. Just gonna go meet people, hang out with Goose and JJ,
Rick,
see some sumo.
I'm bringing boxing gloves.
What?
I got a channel
listen,
collaboration.
you can punch me in the
that we
face.
work on.
Hey, listen, if we can make it chess boxing, and you don't knock me out in the first 10 seconds, then maybe we have a competition.
You know I'm good at chess too, right?
Ah,
You
shit.
sure about that?
Damn it. Listen, I'm a strong 900 elo.
Fair enough. I mean, I think I'm good at chess, but I'm probably not. I just do stupid, aggressive offense, and then eventually blunder a very important piece and just give up from there.
No, that's me too, but the thing is you just make sure you keep playing quickly and hope they don't realize that you blundered your rook.
True. True.
It's all, everyone knows chess is all about gravitas. That's all.
Oh wait, there's Yama. In the
is he in the back
on the left in the yellow bandana.
Oh yeah, the bandana. Yeah.
Good for him.
That guy in the red Mawashis is
Yeah.
Jesus.
Who is that? Who is that enormous? What is that?
That's Hoss until I can figure out his name.
Yeah, he's literally just a Holstein cow. Like.
Whatever they saw there, they just JJ. Winner moves on to the finals. Again, Gabe is out of Grand Rapids Sumo Club. JJ out of Honu Sumo in San Diego.
Oh, JJ is on his way to training. That's why he couldn't make it. JJ's doing sumo.
Yeah.
All right, after this match, we'll hop over see how the
still
juniors
early
are going. But
there in
started over
Alberta.
there. Got our judges ready.
Wait, it's 9 at night where you are, right?
It's almost 9 p.m. here.
Is he actually doing sumo?
JJ comes in
What
low.
practice
Both
is on at
guys
9 at
fighting
night
head-to-head
on a
here.
Saturday?
JJ's got that
No, but in
wrist.
Alberta
Guys
it must
posting on the far side
be
from the camera there.
7 p.m.
that
Let
makes
me
sense.
check.
Still doesn't make sense.
Gabe is not letting him get in there.
Yeah, it's almost
He does
7
not
p.m.
want JJ on his
But I
level.
thought they had their trainings on
JJ
Saturday.
thinks about a kick. Oh, maybe.
Oh, it is Saturday. Oh my
That
god,
was
I'm so
tough.
lost.
JJ decided to give that ground and go for the pole.
Big boy
Did he
had a
end
big
up
day,
with the
huh?
win? No, Gabe ended up on top.
Oh, I took 2 days off work because my
Judges want to talk about that again.
my children's daycare is on strike, so my kids were home. Yeah. So after 2 days of essentially vacation, I don't even know what day it is.
Adam versus Anthony.
No, I've fallen into that too. I've quit my job
Guys
recently,
coming hard. Good
and
sumo
just
from both of these guys. You always like to
time
see that
doesn't
in
exist
newcomers
as
in the
far as
youth
I'm aware.
divisions. Oh, yes.
Start setting
Congratulations,
alarms
Goose. I didn't.
just to be aware.
That's like super recent, right? Like within the last week.
Yeah, like 2 weeks.
But
Mazel tov.
Hey.
Yep, he's stepping out. Okay, yep, Anthony.
Very good to get.
I'm guessing you didn't like your job.
I did until the new manager came in.
That was a dark
Oh,
circle.
I see.
And he's very good at saving money. But what he doesn't understand is that some things cost money. And he just made everything worse and worse and worse. But the profits went up.
That was a mistake on my part.
And now, like, 4 of the 7 people that work in the warehouse have quit because of him. And they can't get anyone new to join either in the 4 months it took for me to quit.
Yeah, I think we're mixing up multiple youth divisions at once here. So yeah, that I believe was.
But the cost of
you've already got
gone
something
down by a third.
This is junior lightweight.
Hey.
On the left and Anthony on the right.
Oh, is this juniors?
Ooh, and Anthony
Whoa.
drives forward and
You
takes
see,
the
he
win.
tried to like
We'll get back on
do that
here. Sorry about
suplex,
the
but
mix-up on the
just
junior
doesn't work.
brackets. At men's middle,
It does if you're my coach.
Versus Josh.
It's a bit of an advanced move. I've had him falling backwards as we're going out of the ring. And then I hit the ground first. And when it happens to you, you have no idea what happens. But this dude's also like a long-time judo black belt, so fair enough, he can pull it off.
But yeah, so the winner of this match is
It's
going
not
to
an
move on
easy
to face the
move, is
loser of the
what I'm
prior
trying
match. Temple on the left, Josh on the
No,
right.
it's not.
Temple gets him backwards. Oh, Temple might have stepped
But what
out.
I mean is, like, I wouldn't try to do that in a sumo match. Like, even if you would get the score in wrestling, you'll just lose your match because your back touches the ground first.
Ah, right.
Spin at the edge. There you go. There's a win for Honu Sumo. Okay, yeah, so that's got to be our middleweight here. So Honu Sumo, that's, I believe that would have been either Adam or Sam.
Didn't show up.
Honu has 2 out of the 3 in junior men's middleweight, so
There's
guaranteed
Big J there, the back.
Okay. We're giving the men's middleweight a bit of a breather because we're down to our last couple. All right, junior lightweight. Anthony takes a over Clifton.
Footwork is so important in sumo.
You overcommitted.
If you have your legs parallel and your feet pointed forward, then the odds that you get
I
pulled
don't think
down
we even
or
have
thrown to the
juniors
side is very
in
strong.
Brisbane.
And the reason we do Suriashi is so that you can
Just
get
5
the
of us.
idea in mind of how you should
Small
move
club,
in a
pretty
match.
dedicated though.
Santos on the left, and we've got Adam Dinesh on the right.
I know
in our
Caleb
youth
is doing
middleweight.
amazing work down in Sydney to build up a team.
And then looks like we've got Josh Crook versus JJ Jones on our adult.
How far is
These guys are gonna be
Brisbane
pretty
from
synced
Sydney?
up.
12-hour drive, 2-hour flight.
Oh,
All
nice.
right, our youth are coming in hard. Good sumo again from both.
So it's a commitment if you want to get there,
Yeah.
no matter what.
Yeah, they're getting
Yeah.
to Sam out of dark circle over there.
Australia is very big, and there's not a lot
Long
in there.
distances, yeah.
Yeah. So that division is going to be a double round robin.
like
Yep, hometown guy takes the
4 or
win.
5 large
At
population
adult
centers and then a
middleweight,
whole lot of
We
traveling.
have Josh Crook on our left.
A lot
JJ
of big
Jones
open
on
roads.
our right.
Yeah.
That go
Loser
to
takes
other big open
bronze.
roads.
Winner goes on to face Gabe in the
But it's
finals.
And then
towns,
also
population
Perth
JJ
is there.
inside position again. Oh, leg
Yeah.
lift.
Some places that are legally
All right,
considered
he
a
didn't
town,
step
even
out
though
that
this is
time,
a
did he?
dude standing next to
No,
a bucket.
I think JJ getting 2 wins over Josh.
He's the mayor.
Oh, the bucket is?
The bucket's the mayor. He's the vice. The guy's the vice mayor.
Right. Right. He keeps trying to win that election, but it hasn't happened.
Are they talking about that one too?
Is Canada much the same? I know there's not a lot
Again,
going on in
I'd
the
rather talk
mountain
about it
regions.
than not, but yeah, it's got to be the lift out rules that they're making.
Yeah,
sure they
Canada
have.
distances are pretty
All right,
far,
junior
but
men's lightweight. Anthony's got
like
the
most
inside
people
on Clifton
live
again, and
close
gets
to the
throw.
border of
Yeah,
the U.S.
Anthony
Like
out of,
Right.
War Sumo in Houston.
Montreal is
He's
about
looking
like a
really good.
45-minute drive to the border.
Clifton is, I believe that's
Maybe
Mike
even-
Bush's either brother,
maybe
relative.
even
They're a group, I know.
less than that.
Training yesterday together.
Yeah. Mike's,
But province to
To the
province is
west,
a
we-
drive, isn't it?
getting his younger brother in there.
The province?
mix.
Yeah.
Oh, the provinces are huge. They're huge. If you
We're
want
back to
like
youth men's middle. Well, we
but
discussed
like
the
all the
decision
cities are
on,
like
the
concentrated in the
adult
south. So we have Ottawa like an hour and a half west of Montreal, and then Quebec City, like 3 hours north, which is another big city. So it's not that far. And if we want to go to the U.S., it's like maybe like a 6-hour drive to Boston or New York. It's not that bad. Toronto's also about a 5.5-hour drive.
Apparently JJ went all the way to Edmonton only to learn that practice was cancelled.
Yeah, he was going for the throw, but his planted foot
Oh
was
no.
inside the ring.
That sucks. I thought he lived in Edmonton.
Me too, I'm very
I
confused.
think he lives in Calgary. He lives in Calgary, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Calgary's 2 hours away
Jessica in there, like two of the
from Edmonton.
JJ,
So maybe I'm wrong.
where you live?
So I don't know what
Yeah.
was the long decision there.
I never know. Alberta has 2 cities, and I can't even get them straight.
Edmonton is the northernmost metropolitan area here in North America. Thank you.
If they overturn that one, I would have no idea why. It'd be good to have an explanation if they needed it, but
It's pretty poo-poo that no one told you.
looks like they're all good there. So that means JJ
Used to have a chat with
bronze
Timmy.
medalist at middleweight once again.
Needs to uncancel practice is what it needs to do. Gather the boys.
Nope, I'm mistaken.
Just find one of them and start hitting him.
Oh right, because Timmy was participating in a wrestling tournament today in Calgary, if I'm not mistaken.
Gabe has not lost at all.
Go find him.
So JJ will have to beat him 2 times. If Gabe wins, it's over and he gets gold.
Yeah, Timmy and another guy called Jeremy, who lives in Calgary. They're both involved in sumo,
We got Honu versus Honu.
and they were both doing the tournament today.
It's Adam on the left versus.
Well, jump in the
versus
call
Sam
if you
on the
want to,
right.
JJ. I've got until,
False start here.
what
Okay,
is
they're
it, I
gonna
got
have to get
4
reset.
hours
So it
until
looks
the
like we will
F1.
have
We'll
our
be
middleweight
okay.
finals going on at the same time here. All right, so
Big
in the
F1
middleweight
fan?
Finals, that's Gabe on the left, JJ
In the last
on
few
the right.
years.
Both matches are going to happen at the same
Zoom.
time, so I
Pretty
got to
cool.
go with the adults here for this one.
It's an
they're
absolute
taking their
clown
time.
show this season, though, with what's been going
The
on.
Honu teammates are battling real well.
I don't follow it a lot, but my father is like
All
a
right, so
hardcore
this is
fan.
middleweight final again.
Right.
If Gabe wins, he takes gold. If JJ
So,
wins, then it's a rematch.
One of the 10 teams
JJ comes in low, gets that head inside again.
basically
But
guaranteed
Gabe,
themselves the
Gabe is making
Constructors'
sure that
Championship,
he
even
doesn't
though we're
want
only
JJ
2 races
inside. He
into the
doesn't want
24
JJ on
race
his
season.
belt. Some good shifting around from
Only
JJ,
2
but
people
Gabe's
really
staying
have a
nice and
chance at
sturdy.
getting the Drivers' Championship.
JJ's taking the center of the ring, just
And
like in
then
their first
everything
match.
else
I
is
can
an
guarantee you he's
absolute
not
mess.
going to
Some
pull the
dude
same
got
way he did
hired
before.
and then fired after 2 races.
I think he's got it.
The dude who replaced the fired dude
Yeah, JJ might have an
lost
opening for
to
that
him
throw.
in qualifying, like in 15th, 16th, so the new guy's
inside.
doing
You know
worse
that
than
Gabe
the
doesn't
old
like
guy.
having his head pushed up
It's
like that,
it's
so
an
I-
absolute
Let's see how
mess.
he reacts to it.
Maybe JJ doesn't want to risk it.
Lewis Hamilton swapped
Right, he doesn't wanna
teams to
make too big of a
Ferrari for the
move
first
to
time
leave
in
any
10
openings.
years, and his old team Mercedes
Yeah.
is
Guys
currently
just
outperforming
waiting to
Ferrari.
take initiative here.
That will mortify my dad because he's a Lewis Hamilton fan, but he doesn't like Ferrari.
Yeah,
So-
it's a tough time to be a fan of F1 if you're not a Max
Oh, there you go.
Verstappen.
The heads are back to an even position.
Yeah.
It's
I used to watch F1 in the days of.
Let's see who can last
I used to watch
longer.
F1 in the days of Mika Hakkinen, and Michael Schumacher. So that was like 20 years ago.
That's tight. He's keeping JJ's arm
Schumacher,
inside
what an
there.
absolute legend.
Yeah.
All right, chest to chest. Nobody's able to dig the head inside just yet.
Hell yeah, we got some real sumo going on here. Let's cut away from it for the juniors real quick. That ref
Looks
almost
like
caught
at
the
youth
flogging.
middleweight, our hometown guy Sam got a win again. Gabe and JJ still locked. Absolute battle of wills.
I like it how they
Win.
zoom into the crowd.
Yeah, they got a bit of show going on here.
There you go.
Yeah,
That
everyone
is your
seems to
gold
be enjoying it.
medalist at
They
men's
seem to have
middleweight,
warmed up a
Gabe
little bit. They
Eunig.
aren't cutting away from
Silver
matches
medal
anymore.
goes to JJ Jones. One of those moments I can't hide the bias. We're bringing a national title back to the Midwest. It's been a minute. Oh man, yeah. You watching your brother? It's been a blast.
Hey, national titles in the
We
Midwest.
almost
Well done,
will,
whatever that means.
Sure.
Kansas is Dan Haskell's there.
Someone from Chicago, I guess.
So I believe we're done with the. I'm not sure what we'll have coming up soon. We'll see what bracket or what
that's the guy that
cooks
cooks the Chonka, the Asian-looking guy.
Up, so I can,
Oh,
a bit
okay.
more of a pro. And but there's a lot of
Team
new
USA
faces,
Sumo.
and
Show me
that's
that jacket.
always
All right, it's gone. Never mind.
quick a double red of Honu out of, and we got.
Where is the goddamn sumo?
With that, we got Dean Meyer. Yeah, we got looking forward to seeing the Midwest.
See the sumo punk sticker on my left as well. Well done.
I mentioned earlier a lot of people in amateur. No,
4 years in high school.
Where's the sumo?
And for the whole, I graduated high school, didn't know.
Why is Edo doing interviews?
Oh, they're interviewing Edibo.
Yeah,
like,
right.
kind of have to move it along. Yeah.
Back in.
But over here on mat 1, we'll be starting. Looks like, here is our youth women's lightweight.
That's a nice yukata.
Yeah, all this production, all this videography and everything, and then you come down to Australian and it's not even filmed.
Melody out of Honu Sumo. Alexandra.
You should film it.
No, it's a good thing. It's run by actual martial artists.
So this is
just,
2 girls in this division.
I mean, yeah, it hurts the sport growth-wise a bit, but I respect what it is.
Okay, you want to keep it traditional. That's good.
I just want to keep it about the fighting. All these people with their logos and everything like that. Not against it, just it's not what I'm about.
So I found the YouTube channel of the Japan Sumo, not the Japan Sumo Association, that's a professional sumo, but what do they call the Japan Sumo Renmei? No, the Nihon Sumo Renmei. So it's essentially the Japanese Amateur Sumo Federation.
Oh, please send that through.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. So their latest video is from a recent high school sumo tournament, and I mean it's quite different from like US sumo. First of all, they have a clay dohyo, so that's pretty cool. And then you see everyone under white or black mawashi, and it's all very simple. And I like that. I like the uniformity. I think that's what you were alluding to, right? Who's like everyone has logos and stuff, and like
which I realize I'm also completely being a hypocrite by saying I can't wait to go to Roller Town and enjoy the entire party around the sumo tournament.
Which is all fake.
But this is nationals. It's not Roller Town. They're different.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, there's room for both, and maybe keeping them different is something like there's something to be said for sure about like if you want to stand out, then let your sumo stand out. Just like do something exciting.
There's there was a girl in the Brisbane club, like a high school girl that actually is in Japan doing like high school sumo. I think she might be in the college scene now, but she went over there for a final year of school to do sumo. And I've seen like some of the footage of her matches, and she used to train with me, and now she's over there. I'm not going to take full credit for it, but I will take some. I had one match with her where she tried to really improve her tachi-ai and went chest to chest on me, and I got a double inside. And because she is a high school girl and I am 30, I picked her up and then just walked out and gently placed her outside the ring. And when I did that, I hear from behind me, "You bully!" I turn around and see my coach already in a tachi-ai, just waiting. He beat the shit out of me for that.
They might just be doing it to make sure that they get their reps in, but yeah, I believe once it's 2 out of 3, the title is clinched. But
they did 2 out of 3 for this. That's why they're rematching.
So again, they come kind of even. Melody sure likes
to
go
very
low
high
to the
mawashi
legs there, going for some sort of a trip or a lift. Gets the shoulder inside, stays steady at the edge to take 3 out of 3.
Just talking about Mawashi's, interesting anecdote. I've got a buddy who works in a clinic that does like spinal repair for people with partial paralysis, and he's a big sumo fan, and he talked about how there's studies that like the mawashi is why there are not so many spinal injuries in sumo, because it's basically like wearing a lifter's belt across your lower lumbar spine.
Oh, interesting.
So anyway, yeah, so wear your mawashi where they say you're supposed to. Don't wear it too high, because it's actually protecting you.
I think they still have a
I
minute
didn't.
before they get all their judges
That makes
set.
sense. I thought the knot on the back could be kind of dangerous, but it is fairly
That'll
flat.
be
So.
coming up. Like I mentioned, that'll be one of
Right,
our bigger
and I think
divisions.
maybe on the
Women's light heavy
inside is all that really matters, because that's
so
what
they'll be
rests
doing a
against
double
it. I don't know. He'd be the one to. I want to get him on the pod one of these days. He's an interesting guy.
Yeah,
I need to get him and my
we
brother
were
in the same
talking about our
conversation at
sponsors.
some
We
point.
have, Cheeky Sumo.
My brother's
So,
entire
it-
job is
here in town.
rehabilitation through exercise.
We've been having a lot of local
There you
support
go.
here,
And
as I
okay,
mentioned
so it
before,
was
Justin
Caleb's
set up
brother
a
who's the
full-on
dietitian
vendor
guy.
village out
Your
in our
brother
local
is the
area. You guys been
physio,
out there? Do you have
right?
any food or anything yet?
Exercise physiologist, not just some random.
I-
He went to uni for this.
Okay.
Here, you know,
He's not just like, do some
I guess-
push-ups, you'll be fine.
Check it out. I know
Deal.
some souvenirs.
I hate to have caused offense. That is what I meant, but maybe that speaks to America's degree inflation. Everyone has a degree for everything here, so I just assume everyone has a degree.
Now, is that a real thing?
Well,
Is it? Or a real
In
issue?
in Canada, physios are definitely the most educated ones.
Yeah, when I say physio, I'm usually referring to someone who's like a trained PT,
Yeah.
like has a graduate level degree.
Yeah, they have master's degrees.
Okay, I might
Yeah,
not
yeah,
know
same
what
here,
I'm
same
talking
here.
about.
Yeah.
We've seemed to have run out of chairs for the
Oh no, it's just interesting because it's clearly a difference between North America and then Oceania.
fans, maybe community members come out to see what's going on, which is super cool.
Merchandise. Who cares?
It's our first match.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some cool stuff there, but I'm trying to watch for Sumo right now.
Yeah, Danny is like, if you want to like talk to a guy to learn,
Where are the
like,
heavyweights?
always incredibly
That's,
low and still
Danny.
maintaining his power.
He'll be down at Roller Town. You can say last
The
year.
way he hits.
What are you talking about, the ref?
Head in, kind of angled, but
No, I was talking about Dan Avila,
Ah,
who was wearing the.
Maybe our like third or fourth match,
the,
we're gonna
um,
have,
the jacket.
we're gonna see Cornelius Booker. He's another guy that
Yes,
we've talked about.
okay, he's pulling the
hips aren't low enough on that Butsugo. Whatever that's called, I forget the name. Butsugo something else.
Suriyashi.
Suriyashi.
We were talking about some of the
Yeah, but there's variations. Like when you watch the Heiyas in Japan, they go low, they go high, they go slow, they go fast. Depends on what they want to practice.
Caleb Backus.
with helmets that are
That
padded
is
on the
real
inside
good.
and hard plastic on the outside.
Oh, yeah,
He's like
we
a
don't-
rock.
The guy in the-
Can't move him when he gets in a proper stance.
Argument to their sumo.
You got to circle around him. You can't push him back.
All right, real quick.
Goodness
it looks like
gracious,
we're
what a
starting junior
build.
men's heavyweight. We have our defending
Whoa,
national
Takakeisho
champion
is
on the
here.
right side.
America is crazy.
And then Michael out of Honu Sumo will be on the left.
Well, I'm just surprised by the hair.
Yeah.
Ooh, big charge.
Oh
from
no.
Oh, whoa! Strong touch, yeah.
Gabe's been he trains all over the place, and especially like he's had quite a bit
Oh,
of
go
training
back
with
in,
Yama.
sir.
Alright, not a lot of
To bow.
talking
Here
underneath that.
in St. Louis or Nashville,
Yeah.
just wherever Yama happens to be. Gabe will be one of the.
I'm
one of the
curious,
guys
so
keeping
like,
track of where
because
he's at in
y'all were
training
talking a
with
little
them.
earlier too, and as the two who actually
very,
practice
very
sumo,
sumo style.
when you see someone like wingspan, like a fight like this, like is Redhead just always doomed? Because not in real sumo, but I don't know, because we were talking about open weight class, and Goose, I know you were talking about boxing, and I think about wingspan in boxing, like someone will just pound your face into dust if they outreach you. I guess unless you just like drive into their chest, but I don't know.
Not always.
It-
'cause
is
long
it-
wingspan means you're more vulnerable to uppercuts when they extend out.
Kids involved, man.
Because it takes longer
True.
to bring your arm
Yeah.
back. But for the most
That's
part,
fair
you're
enough.
correct.
Ichiro over
In
here,
that
Gotcha.
case, that kid
I don't
just
blame you.
has
When I
next
met
to no
Gabe,
muscle
I didn't
mass
think he was a teenager.
and just
Yeah,
wasn't able
fair
to
enough.
dig in and defend.
Yeah, he's a big boy. I'm really.
Yeah, you can defend the
still
push.
involved sumo because he is pretty darn good at it.
Because most of the strength comes from the actual like momentum of their weight behind it, right? Like just like it's not everyone who does what Abi does, like long arms and push you out.
Yeah, and trying to find that 45-degree angle, so it's much harder to push you back.
Okay, rematch.
What's happening?
Their matches come up.
Your ability.
We got 2 rings. What's going on?
Got more time their matches come along.
There's these long stretches where we have too much sumo and are missing the end of every fight, and then these stretches of just nothing.
Oh, he just went home and they had to find him?
Oh, looks like they're back.
All right.
Okay,
Gabe on the
let's
left
see if
versus Michael on the right.
if he does better this time.
Yeah.
Go forward. You went straight up again.
Okay,
Right.
yeah, good touch shot.
A
Oh,
little
okay.
bit more in defense though.
Yeah.
But he stood straight up.
By commit to plug.
I'm going to bring us next month. We have 2 more events. In 2 weeks,
Again?
The Rain City
man.
Sumo Open.
Are you replaying the same battle? Or
No, I'm not. I think
was
they're
they going for a third time?
because he's the only guys in this weight category.
Best of 5.
Oh, dude, look. What is he doing?
Wow.
Also, I don't know if it's juniors because that guy has a beard, but he could just be Greek. I don't know what's going on.
So Seattle, yeah, set it up. But yeah, Rain City Open in 2 weeks. It's like a
Yama with a cowboy hat looks spectacular.
I didn't see that. Where was it?
That one's a blast, yeah. So they set it up similar to like a Pro Basho, where it's like a semi-round robin setup. They get everybody as many matches as they can. Last year, the full 15 matches.
That was great. I hope, I don't know, but I hope that they do it that
Yeah, you got good eyes spotting that.
And that was it's kind of like the.
Man knows what he likes.
Yeah.
All right, and let me get her opponents.
Here's another one for you that I have never known the answer to, because I know they do this in like junior high and college sumo in Japan too, but why in amateur sumo is Colonel Sanders the referee?
That's Tom Zabel. He wrote a book about sumo. I have a copy at home.
They dress like that in Japanese amateurs too, so I think that's just a carryover.
But why? Like, why this like
It's
pristine white?
It's the same outfit but different colors as old boxing refs. So
Oh, so it's just like a holdover.
Yeah, it's like a somewhat tradition kind of thing.
Yeah. It's just so weird because obviously sumo is Japanese, and then if that's coming from boxing, that's very much like a Western European sport.
She's thinking it.
Yeah, I don't like the outfit, to be honest. But that's what they went with. So in Japan too, in the amateur scene, that's how they dress as well. Although I've seen some of them wear a white belt like this gyoji here. Others wear a black belt.
So the Americans are doing it because the Japanese do it, so that's the official amateur judge uniform. But the Japanese is definitely not a Japanese look, so I think they're doing it because they said if we're going to officiate fighting organizations like that, we're going to copy what America was doing in the 70s, I think. This is an interesting bit of cultural ping pong.
Agreed. Because again, I just am like, why an amateur? I mean, I guess because a gyoji is a trained thing in their own right, so you don't really wear a gyoji's uniform if you're not sanctioned by the JSA, which
There's also
amateur
a
is
religious
not.
aspect to the gyoji outfit.
Yeah, it's definitely like reminiscent of a Shinto priest.
Because if you look at old 80s boxing refs, they look like that.
Yeah.
So they are national champions by default, but they are still making.
But it's a good question. I wonder who decided.
If you want to get into it.
I wonder who made that decision. Like, you're gonna look like
and
that.
when?
Long hair like that's probably a bad call for someone. You don't want to tuck that up.
Good power.
Put it down the shirt or something.
All right, and then on the boys' side.
Yeah, this kid's back.
Anthony versus Michael.
It's a long Sankhya.
That's yeah.
Tolentino is withdrawn from
Staring each other down.
I saw him take his Mawashi.
All right.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so Michael comes in.
He went for it.
Anthony turns.
Yeah, baby, come on, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that ref call was wrong.
That is.
I think the smaller guy touched first with his arm.
I'm looking at that
Elbow.
shin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nah, it looks like the elbow's
I
at the
see
ground
it,
too. But Ranga was on the offensive, so I understand why I went to him.
Yeah. That is a loose Mawashi, though.
All right, on the girls' side, we got Alexandra versus Rossi.
That's why they wear pants.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Rossi gets a big push.
I thought she was gonna go for a big tachi, but then she threw her arms around the other fighter. Like she went for a bear hug.
I think we need a PSA about Ucharis after this.
Where's Seth? I would like to watch him wrestle.
Matchup coming. We got Melody
It's a good
on
touch
the
here.
left.
Sheikah.
Is this
Is he only competing in the open weight class?
I think you can do both.
Okay.
But we just aren't at the heavyweights yet.
Did they uphold that one? Oh, Ziba takes the win.
Are you talking about Sensei Seth?
Yeah.
That's who I thought Gus was referring to.
Yeah, he's in the light heavyweight and the open weight.
Okay, so he's in your guys' weight division.
Yeah, I fought him at Worlds last year. He beat me.
A dude that big is still only a light heavyweight. Sometimes I get a warped sense of things, like seeing the Goliaths in Japan.
Well, light heavyweight, like the categories in sumo, they're boosted, right? So like a light heavyweight is 115 kilograms, so like 254 pounds, which is not a small dude.
Wait.
No,
Are they different weight categories in there?
How low you are, and you have to collapse your upper body. You need to lean into.
No, it's the same ones. But if I compare with like judo, a light heavyweight would be under 100 kilograms. So in sumo is an extra 15 kilograms, right?
Oh wait, did I cut to middleweight then?
And well, and I mean either way, I don't know if this is what he was thinking, but for me, like I'm more familiar with boxing's weight divisions, which like a light heavyweight in boxing is like 175 pounds, right?
Right. Yeah. So you have an extra 80 pounds almost, I think.
So much weight.
Yeah.
That's just eating an entire person.
Yeah, you were right. I was confused. I am a light heavyweight, but I cut to middleweight. Was the thing.
Gotcha.
I was confused.
Decision upheld. Sam from Dark Circle took the win in the boys match there.
So how did you qualify? Because I don't know how Canada systems works. How did you qualify for Worlds if you said Canada doesn't have a national tournament like what the US does?
Well, I didn't qualify. I got nominated. So we nominated the team. So anybody who wanted to go, we said, okay, who wants to go? I want to go. Okay. And luckily we weren't many people, so there wasn't any conflict.
Cool.
And so we
I
were
wasn't
like,
sure.
okay.
They would have still probably had you just like showdown with some. If it was you and like 3 other people or something, do some sort of.
I don't know what we could have done.
Okay.
Because I think the ideal thing would be to have a joint training session, with all the people, and see have some sparring and see who's better than But we have people in Alberta, Ontario. It's far. And if we're not going to have an official tournament, then I don't know if traveling is worth it. So this year we're going to do the same. We're going to nominate the people who are going to go. We're going to have a discussion.
You probably have some more competitive heavyweights.
But yeah, Sam did at least. He didn't get thrown down right.
Who did you mention?
JJ.
Didn't get
JJ. Send him to Worlds.
I don't think JJ is interested. He didn't raise any interest in going to Worlds, so.
I'll pay for his flight. Let me hang out with him in Thailand.
We got at least one Sam, but that doesn't narrow it down too much for us here. We got Honu Sam, it looks like, versus. Yeah, I know, right? Looks like
they're not J names.
Bent up boxes.
Right. You're not really helping us out here.
Yeah.
There's so many J names in amateur sumo. Okay, it's ridiculous.
Back in Iowa Sumo, one of the clubs that we work with, there's a Max, a Max, and a Max.
Was it?
I know, right?
You're Augustin? Is that right?
There's Jake's,
Yeah.
There's Jared's.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I had.
You can call me
right.
Gus. Yeah.
You go by Gus. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
JJ's, just one J's.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
I was Poland.
Lots of names to learn, but it looks
Oh,
like
Poland was great. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
I was only there for 4 days. I landed.
Brutal.
I went to weigh myself in, and then I went back home. Didn't want to leave my
tough.
wife and my 2 kids alone in Canada. So.
No, I gotcha. Yeah. You just kind of would have, since it's for a physical competition, you would have hoped to acclimate for a couple days,
Yeah, I wish I had gone maybe a day sooner. Would have been better.
Yeah, I get into the habit of arriving like at least 5 days earlier. Get used to the time cycle. Get enough time to get rested well and all that, and limber up.
I mean, I know it's a totally different thing, but obviously that's what professional teams do. Like, they fly their guys out there the week before a game, even.
Yeah.
Especially in high altitude places, if you're not ready for that.
Dude, Mexico City, Denver, yeah.
I'll be over on Mat 2.
One thing I've never understood is why we host night games in Brisbane when we're versing internationals. When you put that in the middle of summer and you put that game in 1 in the afternoon, and that's guaranteed wins. There's some countries that just aren't built to play sport in those conditions. I don't know why we're using that to our advantage.
It's a good point. There's a reason the Mexicans' home stadium is in Azteca, like 10,000 feet up in Mexico City.
Turn the AC on for them while you're at it. Let them get comfortable in the locker room. Then have them walk out in that Brisbane heat.
So at Worlds we had to do the Chirichozu before every bout, but over here they're skipping it, which makes sense.
They had everyone do Chirichozu at the start, and then that counted.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay, I see.
They did that at the Scottish Open as well.
Oh, they're doing a rematch over on the youth, but here we go. Brandon versus Michael.
Don't cut away. Don't do it.
Oh no, Brandon.
Oh, he stepped out.
But we did do Chirichozu.
Right at the edge. He's not going to be happy with himself there.
He got caught up right. That is one of the downsides.
I was so nervous on my first bout. Was it against the Polish dude, I think?
And when you're really tall like Brandon is, I gotta say,
I forgot how to do Chirichozu. On the spot.
Matches now, actually, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I still did it, but it was a bit clumsy. Yeah.
No, I think I remember laughing at you when you lost to Seth, because I was decisive from memory.
Still being able to twist it up at the end there.
Yeah,
oh yeah, he pushed me out.
Anthony took a more emphatic one.
Pushed me out.
Win there.
And then I fell on the ground. Yeah, he was very violent, which of course is what you have to do.
You appreciate it.
But he yeah, of course.
But in the moment, it's like,
he likes to start with the Moto Tezuki, 2 hands out.
But I think it's more of a lack of experience on my part. I had done sumo for 8 months, but not frequently, you know.
And he's been fighting.
Like the first few months, I was fighting, like I was doing sumo like once a month only. Not to make up excuses. I'm just saying.
No, I know what you mean.
It was a good fight. I did badly. I had 3 fights because I was in the teams as well, and I lost the 3 of them. So didn't do great.
Like with this sparring on Fridays that I was telling you about, where it's like I think I'm good. Like I've been doing martial arts in some form for 10 years, but I worked into like I walked into a state champion, world champion factory at this gym, and I'm losing more often than I'm doing anything else. But it's like I've progressed so much in this year than I have in the last 9. It's been incredible. It was a huge win.
Yeah.
So you have those like, big fights, and you have people treat you with like such seriousness and such aggression like that. And as long as you can reflect on it and try to understand where you went wrong, you definitely come out a better fighter.
Oh, it's a very valuable experience. Yeah, sort of. Yeah. But sometimes because he went straight for the head in here.
That sucks. You can see how much that hurts him. Not physically, but that hurts him.
No. Right though, this is super nerdy, but that's Leon Vygotsky, like educational theory, right? Like your zone of proximal development. If you're never challenged, you don't learn anything. I mean, I know it's simple, but like, yeah. And just like, yeah, it's that sense of respect too, like you said. If they're actually like, I'm gonna kick your ass, and you're like, ooh, well, I'm gonna try to not get my ass kicked, and let's see how I can figure that out.
deceptively strong.
Well, it's like I
He looks strong,
make a
but he's
point
even
of fighting
stronger
people that are better than me and people that I know are worse than me. Because, like, you fight people that are better than you, you feel like you can't do anything because they're just better than you. But you do need to break off from that and just kind of clown on people occasionally to know that what you're doing works. So you realize where you're coming from.
It certainly has in the past.
That's a good point, too.
Pro down in Florida. Cornelius with the double underhooks escorts him right back.
Yeah, to become a better fighter, you have to fight people who you know are better than you, and you know that you're probably gonna lose.
Yeah.
But that's how you develop your skills. You can't
Best
be
question I've
you
ever
can't be
found
proud.
in martial arts is how did you beat me? Because everyone who hears that is like, oh, you actually want to learn. You're not just going to walk away like bitter. And they will like guide you through what happened, what they were doing, what you were doing.
Eduardo Bernal out of Shogeki on the right. Got a chance to talk to Eduardo.
Yeah, everyone.
People that fight like talking about fighting. Good Tachia.
Well, Gus was even talking about it before, just like starting Olympic weightlifting, and just like it's the kind of people who are gonna sit there and be like, I love studying forms of lifting heavy things. You know, there's a certain mentality.
Yeah, it's like a lifelong learning commitment. You know.
Yeah.
Particular activity.
Yep.
I tried Olympic weightlifting once. I think it's the clean and jerk where you put it over your head.
On the right, that's Danny Avila.
Yeah.
I was doing that with just the bar. And keep in mind, I can squat 150 kilos. But like just that with the bar over my head, I don't know if it was like the way I was rolling my shoulders back or I didn't have it in the right spot, but I couldn't do that. That was really hard and scary.
It takes practice. Yeah, it's awkward at
bar.
first. Yeah.
Gets inside on Thomas
Oh.
and pancakes him.
That's Dan. He's big.
Where's he from?
America.
I think he's from California.
Okay, cool.
I met him at the US Sumo Open last year.
This guy in the denim
Was that
jacket,
him?
by the way, Noah, is the host of, I forget, he's the Sunflower Sumo Club. I forget where they're from in America.
Okay.
But he's really good. He went
Yeah,
on-
I enjoy their videos on Instagram.
Ah, yeah. Damn, you know everyone, huh?
Yeah, I really love sumo.
All right, here we go. Oh, they come in. Oh, yeah.
You said you were going to
Oh, slap down.
Quick work for William right there.
Up and down. Push and pull.
Pardon, what's that?
You said you were going to Worlds again this year?
Push and pull.
I'm not going. No,
So our next matchup,
but,
I believe we've got Raiden out of Dark Circle versus
Canada will have a team at Worlds.
It would have been nice
It's
to meet
almost
you.
certain.
Like I said, he's a veteran. He hasn't been around for a little while, but this
Yeah,
is his
I know.
return,
I would have liked to go,
return
maybe even
tournament.
as a coach, but I'm gonna have a newborn
One
and
of,
that's
one of
right.
Justin's
kids,
newer
yeah.
students here in Austin.
Some things are more
He's-
important.
he told me to watch this guy.
I mean, he's
Definitely.
quite a name as far as
Thailand's
sumo
far.
goes.
Yeah, no kidding.
I suppose
Not
it's
for me,
probably
that's why I'm
odds-on
going.
likely that he was named after a
Yeah,
Mortal Kombat character, right?
it's on your side of the
Famous Raidens, right?
map.
I work with a
So,
Raiden,
hey,
But not
we're
for
going
us.
to Poland.
so that
No,
name is
we're
gaining some
not.
traction in this country, which is-
Interesting.
Yeah, Poland is not far. It's like a 7-hour flight from where I am. It's not far.
So, 14-hour flight to Dubai,
Just off camera, but
and then a
he's
12-hour
he's
flight
hopping back and
after
forth
a
like he's,
God knows
Gross.
how long layover.
Yeah.
It is not easy.
the mats.
There was one guy from Australia
He's
though.
watching his,
Joel.
his student.
Yeah.
Oh, big.
The
Joel,
curly
yes.
blonde-haired guy.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Damn, took out the photographer and everything. He's good.
Yeah, Raiden
He,
just 3 big hits.
he's
and
another
that's all it
judo
took.
guy as well.
That was some impressive power.
Each one from underneath.
He's very, very agile, quick on his feet. Hard to beat if you can't keep him in front of you.
Getting lower than an opponent that's shorter than you is easier said than done.
Right. One,
But yeah,
two,
that's
three.
Andre. That's a lot of guy right there to move. So
They'll
that's
get
Yeah,
out
right
in
before.
significant power there.
Yeah, Edward move.
Moving on to
FC, he tends I've armpit. But
I always say, find your camera.
initiative in martial arts.
matches go. I think karate might be his first sport that he. But yeah, 2 years.
I think
ago,
this
he
guy's
got
a
second
coach, huh?
place to,
Justin,
Looks like
Okay.
it.
2 years ago, he got.
Yeah,
second
Justin.
place, and
Yeah,
last year
yeah.
he
he
got
competes too.
Dark Circle
He was at
sumo.
Justin messing
Roller
around
Town
with
That's
last
since
year.
he says.
tournament there.
Fusen victory?
Okay, we're waiting on Corbin Meyer, I believe.
No, I said that's Sensei Seth Adams on the left.
Yeah, just where's his opponent? I was wondering.
Yeah.
I'm worried that it's a technical issue if they are over there for that long. We did have Corbin was in half to the bracket.
Where's the sumo at? God, the moves.
Because I know the answer, and I hope somebody down there does too.
Calm down, brother.
Okay, I think they're looking at the brackets.
Weight heavyweight, Hardiman on the left out of Black Dragon Sumo in Georgia.
Women's heavyweight?
On the right, I believe that is Milanese out of Dallas.
You see those Polish women at Worlds?
Dude, Polish women. There were definitely Polish women in Poland.
Yeah, the Polish women's team. I've seen them at
the team.
national events, and they do really well.
Yeah, they are really good. The Polish team is really good, both the men and women.
Yeah, they're at the Scottish Open as well, which is the biggest European tournament, and they cleaned up.
But yes, so,
very impressive.
Yeah, they take it very seriously. Yeah, I admire that.
Yes, I don't believe she was at
They're really passionate about sumo over there too.
I think there is some sort of government funding for them as well. But I'm not sure.
Yeah, probably. It makes sense. I mean, if well, you know, the sumo scene over there is more developed than here in Canada, for example. So.
Yeah. Hayden was telling me, I don't know how true it is, that people that can't cut it into like elite wrestling teams get put down into sumo as like a backup program. Which sounds bad, but it means like if you are a really competitive wrestler but just not the elite quality, you get put down into sumo. So you come in, you're not like moving up through sumo, you're getting put down from a higher place, so there is an elite quality of wrestler that they put through, which is why there's like 3 Polish women that I can think of do really well. It's probably because they got a lifetime of wrestling experience.
That's super interesting. So there's this Bulgarian guy who comments on our channel a lot. He's a cool dude, but he's got friends who I guess went to this in Bulgaria. They have this elite sports academy, like holdover from the old Soviet era, and so he's got friends who were there with Koto Oshu, and it's similar to what you were describing. Like he was there to be a Greco-Roman wrestler, and then got shifted to sumo, ended up going over to Japan and becoming, like, at least to this date, probably the best European Rikishi.
Hell yeah.
So, like, but that tracks with what you're saying now, like, that Caleb heard, that, like, you go for, like, Greco-Roman, and if you can't make it, they find something else for you.
That Made in America tattoo is one of the most classiest things we've seen in my life. It's so gross. He saw his opening and escorted Michael to the ground. Good matchup.
But it's good that they have that option, you know, at least. Because in other countries you would be like, okay, you didn't make it to the Olympic wrestling team, so goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah, government funding is such an important aspect of trying to be competitive in the sport.
Well, I know, it ticks me off sometimes too, like, just like, I don't know, I mean, it's super cool to watch the Olympics, I guess, or whatever, but to think about the other things around it, like, countries that will pour a bunch of money into sports when they know they're gonna host it, and then immediately abandon those sports and just watch their teams crumble in the future.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing, because Chinese weightlifting is absolutely dominating right now. You can see what happened. Granted, there's a whole other aspect to that we don't have to get into, but when the programs and the resources are there, you know. There was an English marathon runner that kicked up a bit of controversy because he didn't want to have to pay the 1,100 pounds to compete and represent England. And he's like, it's you know, it holds people back. They can't afford that to go compete. They can't afford that price. I was like, well, yeah, but if you paid that, they covered your food, rent, travel, accommodation, organization, and all of that for you. So like, it is a bit expensive, but you probably make money off it in the end, comparing what you would have had to spend to compete internationally.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then again, I don't really know the details on that.
What's the word for that again?
Gaburiori, but if you're a real old head, before Sarogatake's Koto Shogiku made that popular, Sarogatake's
Referee's
Koto
meeting.
Kaze, one of my all-time faves. If you want to learn how to drive with frog legs in your gut, Koto Kaze is the blueprint.
Sure.
Everybody should watch him because everyone should know how to do that. It's a fundamental sumo skill.
It does
This
look like
dude's
they're
an
discussing
absolute sumo
it.
nerd, by the way.
I don't know what they
The
saw
first
that we
time I
didn't.
met him was when I was staying at Corey's Airbnb at Rollertown,
We'll see what they say.
and I walk out of the room, and him and his brother are just in the lounge room for some reason, watching 70s sumo.
Overturned it. Cornelius, good.
Yes.
And like some guy would come up, and it was like a whole bar show, or like the whole day's bar show put into one video or something. Some guy would come up and goes, "Oh, this guy, he's Avi's coach, and this, and this. And he's really good at it." And like someone come up, "Oh, this guy's coach, and he competed this and this, he retired." And he just had information on everyone from the 70s. And this is the first time I've ever seen 70s sumo. What's happening? So
The way she rolled her shoulders after the win.
So just like this huge nerd just like picks apart everything about sumo. I was like, yeah, alright, that was interesting. And then I watch him go 15-0 in Rollertown. It's like, who is this guy?
That's why he's so good. He's watched every bout there is out there.
Nothing but raw fundamentals.
He probably studied them.
Ooh.
Well, I found out he owns a small club and practices as well. So.
Yeah.
I think he was fine.
Yeah, Kansas, you were saying, right? He's Sunflower Sumo?
Sunflower Sumo.
Let's find out.
Yeah, it's out there.
The gray area of this is that in professional sumo, especially prior to like the 2000s, even if it was a little
What do you call
questionable,
it? Middle
if
America.
Kansas.
wrestler is
Sunflower Sumo
completely
Club.
and solely executing the attack,
Yeah.
they probably wouldn't even look at it.
Middle America, the Midwest, whatever you want to call it. Cornfields.
Like whether or not his foot was slightly.
I make fun of you saying Midwest because I don't know what that means. That's all.
We always make sure we do the best we can to get it
It's all
out,
good.
right?
No one does. I mean, this will mean nothing to anyone else here besides me, but like, people in Ohio think they're in the Midwest. People in Montana think they're in the Midwest. It's insanity. The whole country can't be the Midwest.
Oh,
He look hurt.
the way he landed.
Well, it's
thought
just,
you-
I'm from the middle of the southernmost country in the world, and when I hear Americans say the South, just bothers me every time. I know it's all local and relative, but it's like the amount of north you have to get to the South. You have to leave the southern hemisphere to get there.
I mean, does it make you feel any better if our the South comes with a whole lot of other connotations, none of which are good?
Well, yeah,
None
but
of
then you
them-
have to throw things like Midwest, and it's like,
Yeah.
because with how like sparsely populated Australia is, there's the East Coast, and then Perth. There's no West Coast. It's
That's what I was
just
gonna say.
Perth is the only place there.
Okay, there we go. Brandon made it just in time. Brandon was helping out.
West
Meanwhile,
Australia
all
is
of them
half
are
the
on the
country.
coast.
But yeah, he got called into the ring.
What's going on in Perth? I wonder.
AFL and wine.
Andre on the
That's
left,
it.
Brandon on the right.
Okay.
And they're really
got the
good
Perth
at AFL
Glory.
too. It's a problem.
All right, and after that match,
Interesting.
it looks like the women are ready to go after this. Got our Mawashis figured out. Good hit, Brandon with the
Whoa.
Yeah, unexpected.
It's that Onosato style, where you've got the
Is this a final?
and you've got the inside to keep control.
No,
the women's?
Forward, which big super strong guys
I think that's
can
what they
do
said.
like that.
As Brandon, as we have said, that's not his weakness for sure.
Fighter on the left likes to
Hardiman versus Leah.
step back.
Get a running start.
Hardiman on the left there.
Yeah.
Out of Black Dragon. Leah
What's
out of
my new
Hollow.
favorite Australian sport called,
Hardiman with
Goose?
the thrusting, but then Leah gets inside
AFL?
again.
What? Oh, run it straight.
Hardiman
Oh, the-
going to keep that
Yeah.
distance.
Running
That-
straight. Yeah.
She's trying to do the running straight style.
Run
And
it
it's
straight.
hard to do anything if they're up in your
Run
own
it
base.
straight.
I'll
Got
run
it.
it straight.
The ball
I need to get it straight so it's going to be my favorite sport.
Okay, here we go. Thomas. Oh, geez, big hit from Thomas. Good work.
Staying up.
Thomas takes the win over Russell. That's Tennessee taking the win over Shogeki in Houston.
It was
Thomas, he took a big hit from Danny in his first round, and he definitely flipped the switch there. So good work.
That's a place.
All right, sounds like the women's side, they might be just tabulating scores, making sure they know what's going on. But my theory is that there's a tiebreaker coming up over there. On the men's side,
Of course, it's a
on the
place,
left there,
Goose.
we've
It's
got
part of the
Billy
South.
You're right.
On the right side, Eduardo Bernal. So this is Dark Circle on the left versus Shogeki on the right.
That's why I
was
got
in
absolutely
Ari-
tripped up when JJ said his version of the South as well. It's like, hang on, I have to go
Oh yeah, for sure.
north past the southern hemisphere to America, past America to the south, up north into Canada, and then go back down south.
Yep, there you go. Looks like we're giving that one to Eduardo. Good work
Yeah,
from him.
JJ and Gus's version of the South still has snow in May.
For us, the South means the U.S.
Yeah, well, there, that too.
With all the connotations. No, I'm kidding.
No, point taken. Point taken.
Announce the final standings for women's light heavy.
We're doing the best we can, okay?
They might have more matches coming up. They might be done.
Is that
Canada and the U.S. aren't on their best terms.
The best part,
as of late.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know even in Canada, there's not exactly a ton of love lost for Trudeau, but I saw in my feed popped up this video of Trudeau in like truly Canadian fashion, just being like, well, yeah, you know, we're probably gonna still keep booing the American anthem at the hockey games, and I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
god, this is the most Canadian way of trying to throw bows.
I know.
Then on the right we have Emmanuel out of
Well, he's gone now. So
Yeah, he's out.
Emmanuel comes in hard. Joseph moving to the side.
Stepped out.
Oh, they're both flipping.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, is there a...
Wait, oh.
Oh, I think Joseph might have stepped out.
Yeah,
I
she was
saw it,
right there.
yeah.
She could see it. Yeah.
He didn't touch it to wire, that's why he was
Must have been on that
confused.
far side while they
He just
were,
went right over it.
they were
Oh.
sideways. They
I
might
thought he
have-
was still in.
I
Yeah.
can show you if you want, because that was pretty confusing.
Emmanuel comes
There it is.
Oh yeah, no, he just misses it completely. Thinks he's inside. Yeah.
Must have been on that far side while they were hopping sideways. They
I
might
thought he
have.
was still in.
Well, I was in Arizona earlier this year, January, and I thought it was absolutely beautiful.
You go
So
hiking?
these are elimination matchups.
A little bit,
So the guys
yeah.
that have been
Little bit,
losing
yeah.
these last couple are
With
eliminated.
my kids, didn't do a lot of hiking, but just enjoy the nice weather.
All right.
Not so much stamina on the children.
Yeah.
I feel like yeah, Arizona's a place I would love to be in like December, January, February, and then any other time of the year. No, thank you.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't go there in July.
Yeah, I got a buddy who went to Arizona State for college, so I went there to visit him. And like for the first 3 days, he was like, "Yeah, we sleep during the day and we go out at night." And I just thought it's like college kid stuff, like degenerates. And then the final day, I was like, "Listen, man, I'm down here. I want to go rock climbing. Let's go do some stuff." And he's like, "Okay." And I was walking down the street, and I'm like, "Man, I think I got like gum on my shoe or something." And he's like, "No, the soles of your shoes are melting." And I was like, "What?" Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, and he's like, "I told you, we sleep during the day, we go out at night." And I'm like, "Okay, my bad."
It wasn't that far.
Absolutely fascinating.
That's absolutely crazy.
It's so bad.
Either way, solid effort from TJ.
There's got to be some places in Australia that get like that, though, right, Goose?
Oh, here's a fun one for you. Yeah, the further north you go, it gets really warm.
Let's see, TJ is still
Yeah, equator, right?
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
I believe we have,
I'm in the
we got
upper
another
half of the
elimination
country,
matchup. We got
and it does get
Michael
pretty
Fields
warm,
on
but
the
the
left
problem
versus
is it
Brandon
can
on
get
the
to like
right.
80,
A little
90%
bit of
humidity.
deja vu for us. This was
Gross.
And
this was our
because,
opening matchup,
water
but because of the way
boils
that
hotter
the
than
brackets
air,
shook out,
it's just some of the most
they're
uncomfortable
back
weather you'll
together.
ever feel in
So,
your life.
Michael took the opening round.
Of course, I work
matchup
in a
versus
tin
Brandon
shed
when he
down by
stepped
the
out.
river just to make everything worse for myself. So it's extra
No,
stinky.
no ventilation.
Okay, here we go. Michael coming in inside, but Brandon doing a good job of resisting. Brandon pushing him out.
Whoa.
Another
got
tough
him.
one
Whoa.
with the toe. I
Man.
think Brandon might
I
have
thought
broken
he had
his
already
arm there
lost.
with the step out on the
Yeah, me
toe.
too.
Yeah. As he
That's
was in the
crazy.
middle of the
Unfortunate.
throw, his foot went down.
Judges conference.
Oh, but judges want to talk about it?
Oh.
All right, judges want to talk about it.
Yeah, that one.
I couldn't see on
really see it.
Yeah, I couldn't see on the timing. I know his toe went down, and I was.
They're just trying to move
as
to
soon
Arizona.
as I saw his toe
Weird.
go down, I was like, oh no, is that it? Is that it?
Hey, it's Matt Jim.
On the timing though. Let's see what they say.
Enormous
So yeah,
dude from
as far as
Denton,
Monoes go,
Texas.
if we haven't explained it yet, this is just the 4 judges in the corners. If they raise a hand, that means that they disagree with what the head judge decided. So they want to bring everybody in. Talk
Very exciting. We can't hear what the judges have to say though.
What?
Oh, Jessica looks confused. Jessica looks okay. All right, we are going to.
All right, good work.
The
More
other
sumo,
side,
please.
but we have Jared Parham versus Thomas Griffin. Jared out of Kurawashi
raccoon?
Sumo up in Denton,
The
Texas.
Mawashi?
Thomas out of Tennessee Sumo Association based in Nashville.
How do you feel about shorts under the
Here they
Mawashi?
go, Jared with a nice head inside, but Thomas goes for the pull. Oh, yeah. Thomas,
Yes.
he
I mean,
hung
surely
on
that
the
question
back
wasn't
foot for a
directed at
second,
me,
but
but I
it
cannot
felt like that
abide.
one was over for a little while before it was officially
What's the
over.
question?
Shorts under the Mawashi.
Okay, so Jared moves on.
Shorts
Thomas
under the
is
Mawashi.
eliminated from light heavy.
Like loose shorts? No.
Yeah, like this guy in the red.
Well, those seem to be
Let's see who
like
we got
compression
next. We
shorts,
got
so I think
Ryden
it's
over
fine.
there.
Right.
Ryden versus
I don't know.
Eduardo.
I know there's some people that get antsy about going traditional and all that.
Yeah,
It's not that big of a deal to me.
So Ryden here out of
I
Dark
agree.
Circle
I
in
tried it,
Austin,
and
Eduardo out of
it's really
Shogeki
better.
Over in Houston.
I think I'll go traditional next time I compete.
I go
So
fake
this is an
traditional. I wear
elimination match.
undies, but
Loser
I
is
tuck them up
out.
inside so you can't see them.
Wow,
Just
good
because I
hit,
don't trust
good
my
That's
hit.
washing
brilliant.
skills
Trying to
enough.
stand nice and low again, but Eduardo
You know what I do? I'll
real
wear a
strong
thong.
position.
Hell yeah.
Intensity from both these guys, very impressive. Ryden's got that over grip.
Just in
but
case, you know,
Eduardo
it's
is
like an
doing well
insurance
to stay on
policy.
the inside and defend his belt. Lots of hand fighting there. Lots of hand fighting. Eduardo gets
Oh!
a leg pick.
Ooh.
Beautiful work there. That Ichiro, we were
I
talking,
never
me and
go
Noah,
for
you
the
see a
leg.
lot more
I
leg
just think
kicks
it's
in amateur
too
sumo
risky.
than in pro sumo. I think part of it is
Puts
it
yourself
works
too
better
low
for
or what?
lighter guys, but
Yeah.
it's also like it's so
Yeah.
tricky to get it right.
You're vulnerable
Those pro
to
sumo guys are always ready for it.
a slap down
I
or
only know, like, 2 off the
some
top
kind of
my head.
attack like that.
Yeah, what's
You gotta be quick about it if you do,
Tsuyoshi
I
landed a
find.
couple big ones, and that was a big deal in pro sumo. But
Yeah, you're right.
It's not
If you know what you're doing,
okay, so
then
next up,
yeah.
William.
If you know what you're doing, then go for it. But I think some people just
Emmanuel, I believe,
they feel
from
like
here.
they're losing and they
Emmanuel
go
out of
for a
Dark
desperate
Circle.
leg pick, and it's just not a good idea.
Step back, push him down. Makes sense. The camera pan to the boys.
Ryden coming in.
I have no.
Had
Where's the
switched
sumo
up.
at? Here
I
we
might
go.
be misunderstanding here. But we have on our left, we have Ryden out of Dark Circle. Actually, both Dark Circle guys. Ryden on the
You hate
left,
to see your
Emmanuel
brother
on the
wolf.
right. Good hit from Ryden. Manuel takes the first one.
That's
but
good
then
sumo.
Ryden
Actually,
follows
yeah.
through.
Yeah.
All right, so that means Ryden will move on to face Eduardo. Up to the winner's bracket. The winner of this match will
The
go
light
on to face
heavyweight.
Cornelius, but Seth on the left, Danny on the
Who's
right.
on the right?
Seth, Danny, and
That's
Cornelius
Dan.
are the
So
three medalists from last
his
year, and all of them still in it.
what's it called? That
All of
Zek
them
is
showing
it called
good sumo
Zekin?
so
What they
far.
were in the Mawashi says Honu Sumo. That's
I
in
think so, yeah.
Southern California, if I'm not mistaken.
Either way, he's a giant, man. Holy
Yeah,
smokes.
he's big.
I've heard a lot about the
Yeah.
California boys. Apparently they're
We'll
pretty
preview
good.
a little
I
bit
th-
of the names that will
Yeah, I thought he
see
would
on
have been
those
in the
lists
heavyweights,
as
but
we have some breaks here.
maybe he lost a few pounds for the
We
competition.
also were talking. We also were talking earlier about other sumo events that are upcoming.
Well, he's light heavyweight,
I
yeah.
guess we're gonna have to put a pin in that again.
So he might
Okay, here we
just
go.
be on that line.
Big rematch among two of
Seth is
our
pumped up.
nation's best at light heavy. Big hit. Seth gets
Oh.
the initial push, but Danny fights it back.
Yeah, so Seth is going for the
Nice.
Morozashi, and yeah,
Oh.
very
Hand
good.
did hit the ground though, but nice.
That was a good Skuinage there. I don't know all the Kimarite by any means, but I know like maybe the top 10ish or so I'm pretty good at. So
JJ, getting the
Hanging in
call,
there with that.
goof. Talk sumo with us.
Yeah, it does look like we're getting our judges ready to do heavy. All our men's heavyweights getting ready. Over here on men's light heavy, looks like William.
That's one of the worst squats I've ever seen.
Men's light heavy, looks like William versus
He's got 2 knee braces on. Maybe I shouldn't be that harsh.
Yeah.
he's doing the best he can.
Decent touch, though.
Ooh, nice touch,
Good hit. Man,
Yeah.
There's some people who sit with their hips above their knees in the tachio,
having a very good
and
debut.
it just upsets me to no
He's
end.
moving on. I think he will be moving on to face.
Like Shishi.
Yeah.
All right, let's get our men's
It's not
heavyweight
understanding he can get any
bracket up
power
here.
out of that.
Our first matchup, we got New York versus Dallas. Men's heavyweight. Let's get our new tab up. Because yeah, there's some names here that I don't know by heart. Adam out of New York would be on our left, and that is Bubba Garza on the right out of
Baba
Dallas.
Garza.
Yeah, we're gonna have 2 matches
Tough
at the
as
same
nails.
time again here, but on our on light heavy, it's Jared versus Michael. At heavyweight, Adam gets a big push. Adam
Not that
takes-
tough, apparently.
There you go.
Nice.
It's in
Adam
a
takes
losing
out Bubba.
position from the start. Unlucky.
Oh, and Michael versus Jared. Michael was pulling, but yeah, there you go. Not quick enough. Michael goes out and he's eliminated. Jared is still in the mix in the lower bracket. So I think.
Does that mean Noah's competing? Where's he going?
Let's see.
What an absolute unit. What is that creature?
Okay, here we go. Looks like men's heavy is a little bit ahead, men's heavy is a little ahead of men's light heavy. Over there we got James.
It looks like
Greer
it's hot in
of
that
New
building.
York Versus
Would be.
out
There's a lot of
Dallas.
body heat emanating.
Yeah.
I don't see a lot of
And they're in
ventilation.
Texas.
Yeah,
Whoa, slap.
James likes to have distance, but he did get in on the
Okay,
belt and
stepped
pushes
out.
him out.
Yeah.
Win goes to James. Both guys.
It's very
went
hard to
down, but
readjust
yeah,
your
looks like,
footwork when you get
staying on
Yori
top
carried.
worked out best for,
Because he just moves
for
so much
James
quicker than you
Kramer.
think you do, getting driven back like that.
Over on light heavy, it looks like we've got Ryden. Let's see who's the opponent he is waiting on. For light heavy, we are getting to the point where we got people.
I feel like
almost
having
back-to-back,
popcorn
so they're
now.
definitely getting breathers. in
Thank
you,
between the matches
cameraman.
here.
JJ.
Hello.
Hey there.
Sorry, Goose.
Yeah,
I
sounds like
needed to
everybody needs
eat
a breather here,
because
but
I
yeah,
really
heavyweight's
haven't
getting going
today.
again. Mentioned him earlier,
You didn't eat
he's
before
going
training?
against,
Crazy.
new
I mean, I had lunch, but
independent
that was a
wrestler.
while
How
ago.
was training?
Nationals for the very first
Oh,
time,
you
so
know, it was the
always
best.
for sure
I'm
that
so glad to
debut
have a team that
against
communicates
Ohio's
with me
Corbin
on the reg.
You didn't know Timmy was in a wrestling competition today?
No, I heard about the judo competition last week, but then nobody told me about anything going on this week, so I mean, granted, I myself am pretty bad about getting onto Facebook, which is where all the comms are.
Yeah.
Okay,
But,
well, Ryden is waiting, and
No,
while the
I'm
heavyweights are still
gonna
getting going,
blame. It's like
let's finally go
50-50
back to
blame,
the
I think.
calendar
I
and
definitely could have
we
checked,
want more
but when I
amateur
did check
sumo.
when I was there, I didn't see
Rain City
nothing. So
Sumo Open happening
it
in
is
too
what it
bad.
is.
End of April, we got Roller Town
I blame
Showdown.
Timmy.
May, we have the
I
US
blame
Sumo
Timmy.
Hey, there's your roller cam plugs.
New York Sumo's first tournament, the Empire Cup.
Oh, yeah,
Lots of
this
stuff
guy.
coming up.
God
Oh,
damn.
there's the guy.
We also have
The absolute
Sakura
unit.
Cup
Oh, the unit!
and the,
Mr. Meat.
Honu Sumo just announced
Oh.
recently another tournament in, I believe.
If this man doesn't
Nevada.
blow through everyone, I'm gonna leave this stream in disgust.
Understandable.
I'm not as in the loop
This
on
is
that
Rick
one just
Garza.
yet.
He's another one of the homies from Texas.
Okay, next up.
Well, I hate to
My
say it,
coach.
Mr. Garza, but
appears to be
time for the
our
unit.
next match.
Yeah,
We
Rick.
got
Yeah, Rick.
Diana
No, Rick.
New
Pretty
York.
slow
on,
touch,
man.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. There's
Oh, he's still got the win.
excuse
Yeah,
me,
on
that
the
wasn't
arms
Dan,
like that, pretty rough.
was, Josh out
Oh,
of
that's
New
another
York
big boy.
versus Rick Garza out of Dallas. Josh was impressing quite a bit yesterday in our warm-ups. Josh,
What are you talking
he's
about?
got a ton of power.
I think the ref is just saying that he has to bow before he accepts the win.
All
Some
right.
people go straight for the Sunkyo and, you know, the little hand gesture without bowing first.
On the other side, we have one
Oh, that's Juan.
Sumo. We've got two from Iron Gun
Juan,
Sumo
he's
up
also
in,
from,
up
I think,
in
Washington
Eastern
State.
Washington State.
Yep. He called
Yes.
My man.
Damn, you good at this.
Yeah.
He moves fast.
Oh, he lost.
I was not ready for that speed.
No.
That is
The palms were flying too.
That's a scary dude.
Yeah.
At light heavy, we have Danny on the left, Jared on the right. Losers eliminated. Both guys going for the belt. Both guys trying to keep the hips low. Danny.
Good. Well,
Bad feet.
Good job, Danny.
his knee touched, though. I'm not sure.
Instead of just planting his foot, would have had it.
We're down to the wire. There's only a couple left here at men's light heavy. At heavyweight, we have Dan versus Jamie.
Dan is like way closer to me. That's what I look like when I'm fighting.
It's good to see Jamie fight because he pulled out an injury last time I saw.
Dan is doing a good job of slowing him down.
Nice.
Jamie goes down on top of Dan.
JJ, you still at 130 kilos?
Dan's the guy we got to thank for a lot of
Let me go and check. I'll be right back.
Colored Mawashi made his own teal one there.
I'm gonna try and squat JJ when I get to roll it down.
TJ versus
You gotta get it for yourself ready.
TJ comes in low. Eduardo's got those hands on the collarbones, keeping him at distance. Both guys going for. TJ got the
in my practicing, I'm doing 120 for 3 at the end of my set.
300 pounds on the dot.
Nice.
Nice.
What does that mean?
Oh, man.
134, I think.
34.
We have, it looks like
possible.
I'm jealous.
versus Panda.
I
136.
can't seem to go over 260.
I bounce between like 280 and 295 on the reg. My best fight weight though is 300, which is why I'm trying to maintain it.
I read that you're 198. So like what, 6'5" or 6?
Yeah, 6'5", yeah.
Huge.
6'5", yeah.
He big as fuck.
Yeah.
That is a big man.
It is what it is. Ryan's a good fighter. I ate my Wheaties. I drank my milk. What can I say?
You did it all right.
Ooh, Seth.
This dude in the black shorts is really weird, by the way.
It was an interesting position. Ryan's a rugby guy.
Yeah. You gotta understand how bizarre that was for me, being in the middle of Texas and finding someone to talk rugby with. Yeah, the guy in the black shorts showed up to Rollertown, lost 3 matches, punched himself in the face 5 times, and then drove home to Kentucky.
Oh yeah,
he's from Kentucky.
That
That's
was
my
the
state.
guy.
Hold on, who is he? Tell me about him. I'm gonna look him up. He's got to become my new favorite Rikishi. Weird though he may be.
I might not be in Kentucky, but like he drove like 6 hours home after losing 3 of his 15 matches. Just done.
Failed?
So strange.
Yo, Seth looked mystified by that win.
He never turns down a chance to get better. Well done from TJ.
TJ's great too. TJ helped me a lot at Rollertown. He gave me a lot of good advice.
Over to that bracket.
A lot of cool people I'm looking forward to. Is his name Jay?
As Jay.
He's also
Yeah, Jay in the orange Mawashi. He went to Worlds last year.
He beat the shit out of me too. It was great. He beat me on the Tachi. My immediate instinct is to go Kata Takashi. Either by luck or by skill, he hits me on the shoulder with his next follow-up Oshi on the arm I was trying to hook him with, and I just get blasted out. 2 interactions.
Gets a pretty good one there. Goes for the pull. Nothing working. Slips to the side of Adam, but Adam recovers. Jay keeps going.
He does a very classic style sumo. I like it.
Yeah, he looks like sumo.
He does.
There you go.
Not just in size, like in the way he fights. He looks like sumo.
From Adam, though, in his first nationals here, coming in and putting up a fight against the champion. Beautiful work. Okay, so we are down to our medalists for light heavyweight here.
I remember that chick in the Hulk shirt. Who's she related to? Whose daughter is that? I'm starting to recognize fans.
Yo, hey Noah there.
It's a small world.
He kicked my ass twice at Rollertown.
Yeah, he's good.
He's so good.
I was telling them how I just like walk out of my bedroom and he's just in the lounge room watching 70s sumo. Like this guy's coach, this guy trained this guy, this guy's Oyakata, this guy's this guy. And, it's like, and then I watch him go 15-0 like 6 hours after that. It's like what does this mean?
Yep. Yeah, no, dude, fucking. My matches with him were at least like kind of long. It was a grapple battle for the both of them.
Competitive is the word I use to feel better when I lose.
There we go. Yeah, they're competitive. Yeah. But nah, he's ridiculously strong. Like I felt like I was doing nothing to him. Come on, TJ. Cornelius kicked my ass too.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent down in America these days. Speaking of, goddamn.
The unit just got obliterated in the other match.
JJ, you going to Worlds? You got nominated to go to Worlds?
No, not this year. Maybe 2026. Maybe.
JJ, I've heard about this guy. He's like an old sumo guy. Really good too. I forget his name. He's been to Worlds a few times. He's really talented.
Okay.
Just can't remember his name right now. The sumo punks told me about him.
Oh, interesting. I have no clue.
From Canada?
America.
Okay. Old guy. John Jacks?
Might be.
I don't think John's been to Worlds. But he trained at Miyagino's stable for one summer.
JJ, this black guy is really fast for some reason. It was confusing.
Dude, I saw.
Look at that.
Oh, Hayden, no!
Yes. Hayden's real heavy there.
Can't believe the other guy
there we
came
go,
back
Hayden.
from that. Whoa!
Oh.
He loses.
People that don't do judo lose like that all the time, where they don't swipe their lead leg back for the hip throw, and instead they just pull them on top of themselves. I see it a lot in the amateurs.
But Hayden is more experienced.
Hayden's up there too,
and he's just as big, if not bigger.
Right.
Not a lot of people that can say that.
The explosiveness Dominus definitely would have.
What?
Oh my
God, this one's gonna be good.
Makes me so fucking nervous, bro.
Save it for Dominus.
Gotta go with that one. Yep.
This is your weight category, JJ.
I know it is.
Just go in there and fight.
That's what I'm gonna do, but it's still getting my head about it, Goose.
Do I have to
You
smack
should
you
know
around
this by
again?
now.
They're
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Probably.
But we're gonna go with heavyweight here first.
Nah, for real though, I'm very
He
excited.
was asleep.
Victor gets a low grip. Jamie turns him.
Oh!
They
Good
both
throw.
go down. Victor might have gotten that
Risky
win.
move. He's going to give it to Jamie.
He's gonna give it to Jamie. Yeah, again, that's
It was close.
It was sloppy.
Yeah, it was close, but I reckon the ref gave it to Jamie because it was his offensive move.
TJ's got to go back to back here for
Looked
this.
like he was getting some support from Yama there in his corner.
Yeah, if you have the gold 2 times. Between
rematch.
Jamie and Victor.
Do it again! Bonus
The
sumo!
heavyweight match is gonna
We
happen
gotta love
first.
the
They're getting lined
bonus
up already, but
Amazumo.
TJ and Seth are on deck. They'll be going any second. All right, another slow
That was
but
gentle.
powerful move forward from Jamie, and that
Much more different match.
Very.
business.
That slap on the face was unnecessary.
There you go. All right, our light heavyweight finals.
Always necessary.
Again, TJ will have
You
to
win a
win
fight by
twice.
any means
If
necessary.
Seth wins this match, it's
Oh
over,
God,
and
I'm
Seth
torn
is
here.
the gold medal winner.
You guys saw that little push that Takayas gave Daieisho in the last.
All right, here we go.
Remember.
TJ comes in very low. Seth with the throw.
And
It's on the
Terunofuji's
first one,
given
not
some
happening.
unnecessary
TJ
roughness
hanging on.
moments.
Seth rolling him back and forth. TJ staying with it.
Saw him going for that
Seth
leg
takes the
pick like you were
win.
talking about when they get desperate.
Yeah.
Beautiful,
Just don't do it.
beautiful defense from TJ for the first
If you don't
couple
practice it,
combos, but yeah, it only
in
takes
the
one.
gym,
Seth took
then
that.
don't do it in competition.
Well done to our national champion,
If you're
Seth.
gonna do it, at
Over
least
on the other
fully
side, we
commit
got
to it.
Ron
You know?
versus Rupert.
Otherwise, you're just giving up
Rupert out of
offense for
Chicago
no reason.
almost takes it. Looks like Ron Porter got the reversal at the edge.
This ref doesn't stand in the right
Talking
places.
about it over on light heavy. I wonder what.
No, he gets in the way.
I don't know. It looks like a quick one.
That's a
I mean,
cardinal
I
sin
wouldn't be
for a
able to,
ref.
though. I'd for sure get in the way.
Yeah, but you don't ref.
I guess that's...
Like, for some
Yeah,
reason, he
exactly.
went behind on the throw and not, looking where the rope was.
And he has taken on Ryan Morris on the
Hell yeah, Ryan.
Let's go, Ryan.
Coming down from Kansas City, showing his face in sumo, and
That was
no forward from Ryan, though.
That was very strange.
another day at the office. If you know Robert,
The depth of
I was
happened to
all
Rugby,
up,
Ryan?
and then he stopped.
the depth of his squat tells you all you need to know
Caleb
about what's about to
Backus.
happen to you.
Caleb touches the ground. That is
Exactly.
yeah. You do not get guys that big that can go.
I
that
tried to
low.
jump
springs
over
off
that
the ground
guy
just as fast.
in my match,
You did!
Crazy,
and it did not work out
athleticism on that guy.
because he came up higher than I was ready for.
Next up, we got
And then I'm
Mai Sensei
falling,
on
and
the
I've got
left.
both
That's
my
Caleb
hands on his
Backus
shoulders,
out of San
hoping
Antonio.
my 100 kilos would be able to push him down and get me a
And
win.
on the other side, we
But
got
this guy is a
Connor,
rock, and as I'm
Austin. He's been
falling, I'm
training with
realizing,
Dark
hey, this guy's
Sumo.
not
I'm not sure
moving.
if he's officially
And then I
part
had
of
to
the
fight him for
club.
real.
The award for the greatest beard.
He just waited. He's like, I could have ended you, but now I want to embarrass you.
But yeah,
I think he
Caleb
was
Backus
confused more than
comes-
anything.
oh,
Like, where did this guy
a little early
go?
on that one. A little early on that one.
He was in front of me.
This guy makes me think of Cruella de Vil, from the
I see that.
101 Dalmatians.
I see that.
Ryan Sumo, very athletic, strong guy. Caleb, one of the veterans in this.
Sumo
Don't tell him
that
that
Caleb
when
just
you.
beats a rock.
Caleb's got the size. Can he turn him at the edge? No. Connor with the
Like, he
push.
got moved, but look how hard that
Big
was.
win for Connor's
Yeah.
debut here
Yeah,
at
Siggy.
Nationals.
Connor's got a powerful build, good height. That can be tricky for guys.
Yeah, like we've said for a couple
We
guys.
love Siggy.
power
I'm
is not
likely
the thing he's
watching
gotta
the
worry
baseball
about.
again with them.
Yeah, Caleb.
in Gago,
Caleb's
which
got
is gonna
plenty
be
of
good
power
fun.
too, but yeah, it was.
Oh, man, that does sound like...
Caleb's
Do you get 2
experience was not
baseballs?
enough to overcome
Every
the,
time I go
Oh, yeah,
to
you're
America,
doing-
people
explosive
make me watch
differential.
baseball. It's great. It's great.
Now,
I've got a 12-hour layover
assuming
in
we're
Los
gonna be
Angeles.
going to women's heavyweight
One of the
coming
guys
up
who
Oh.
watches... By the way, I might get abducted depending on how this goes down. One of the guys who watches the show, Ron, is like, oh, well, I live in that city where the layover is. You want to come watch the baseball?
Like Justin Gillespie will be his,
Yes, Ron, thank you,
his
please.
opponent.
So beers are on me, tickets are on him.
Looks like Justin's over here. Oh, he just didn't hear his name. Okay, he's good. He's good.
There
Dallas
is the
eliminate
sumo.
coming up later. That's going to be a big one. So you will see most of these guys again. But yeah, elimination match as far as heavyweight goes.
JJ, why are you so nervous? Haven't you been training all year for this?
At the beginning, goes for the throw.
Yeah,
Justin
but, you know,
goes down. Yeah,
it's
that's
still a
big win
competition.
for Obi out in Dallas.
No, I do know.
All right, they are starting
Fight
to
like it
call out
matters,
women's
JJ. You'll be
heavyweights.
okay.
So
I
this
will.
is a-
Well, I
let's see,
mean,
we've got 7 women in this
here's
division.
okay. So here's hoping, right? Last time,
Medalist
last Roller
Christina
Town,
Griffin-Jones
I had
out of
done
Sumo
like
on
no
the
prep,
left.
literally
Brianna
no prep.
Lauderdale
That
out of
like
Tennessee
me getting in the
Sumo on the
dohyo
right.
for the practice session before was like the third time I've been on a dohyo,
Oh yeah, that's right. You're the
Understandable.
and
artist
I still went 7-8.
Which is good.
So yeah, it's good.
Noah did it, yeah. Oh, good intensity from Christina, but Brianna comes in with the power.
Unlucky.
Oh,
That was a good match.
Tom is going to give that one to Brianna.
Who'd you give it to?
Jones, I
The
think is the
judges
name
do
of
want
the
to talk about it. It was close enough to talk about it. So while they're doing that, other Matt, we've got Bubba Garza.
but yeah,
versus
no.
Caleb
So like
Backus.
here's hoping with some like actual work put in, I'll do better.
One
Mark
of the things
Jones
I
is the
don't
guy
get to
I'm
do
talking
very
about.
often is, here we
Come
go.
on, Bubba.
So Caleb comes in, gets the push initially on
Ah,
Bubba.
Bubba.
Right out, pretty clean. Caleb moves on.
I mean, it is
Bubba
clean.
is
Easy.
eliminated. So one thing I don't get to say very often is, from experience,
Rip
having
Bubba.
faced somebody in competition, because I don't have a lot of those. I have faced.
Do they have a
Brianna.
Torinaoshi here?
Rematch.
It looks
Oh, you're
like,
too close.
yeah.
Rematch. I faced Brianna in Indiana,
got the
and
eyes
she
of a
threw me
Hulk,
around
this
like a
man.
Yeah, I think that's the right
She's
call.
a strong lady. And yeah, there you go. She gets inside again, but Christina has the belt. They're working towards the edge. Christina claims the middle. Pushing, down they go. It looks
Ooh,
like Christina
yeah.
got that one a bit more
Bit
emphatically.
of a reversal from the first match. Christina.
She's got high intensity in those matches. I like it.
Yes, Christina takes that one.
Me too.
But yeah, Brianna was the only woman who showed up to us.
Yeah, there's nothing better than the intensity, that's
in
for sure.
November, and she's like, I don't care, I want to wrestle. So she joined the men's division, and
Man, I still
she
want to
got
go
take the
down
crap
to
out of me.
Roller Town, but
I will say
just
I
can't
won the match,
this year.
but
I'll
not
try to
because
make
I
it
was
next
any
year.
better than her by any means.
I'll
There we
try
go,
to
there
make
we
it
go.
too.
I got lucky with my footwork. That's how that one ended up.
Same.
All right, so next up,
It seems like that's the one I go to, which, to be fair, it's the party.
Well, I'm trying to get you to Worlds in Thailand because Hayden's going. I'm going.
Rain City Sumo.
I'm not going to be able to do Thailand.
Here first, Obi versus Ryan.
Caleb, Australian Caleb's not competing because of the knee injury still, but
takes the win.
Right.
good work, Ryan.
Okay, and then here is
But
Eros
he
versus
might be going
Mika.
as a coach depending on how things go.
Eros takes the
that'd be
middle
good.
initially, but Mika's grabbing
And like I
onto
said,
real
my
nice.
uncle who spent half his
And
life in
Eros takes
Thailand
her
is
down.
gone, so
Oshita Oshi.
if you wanna
Definitely showing her power.
if you want a good
Yeah,
time,
Eros, she's
I'm
one
not
of the
gonna
most
say anything
intimidating
more than
wrestlers
that.
out there, and,
Come join
she's
us.
earned that reputation. She is tough as nails.
Don't you plan to cause some ruckus at like a tourist bar?
yes, I plan on being Batman essentially. He'll go to one of the bars there, like he used to own, I think, or something like that, where he's like good with the guards. It's like, hey, just we'll clean up the rowdies for you.
So these two have a storied history together.
That's
I want to
amazing.
attack drunk British tourists
Matchup coming up
that are
pretty
causing
quick.
problems in the bars. Okay.
Itan takes the, wow, yeah. That's Itan's power. She is just sheer
Yeah, the
strength.
street
That is-
fighting
Do,
rules
do
are-
Australians not get along with the British?
We're in a whole new sumo, Zach,
Uh,
today.
the type
Men's,
of
we got
Englishmen
Rick
that
Garza
go to
versus
Thailand,
Roberto Cintrone.
we don't get along with.
I see.
Of Dallas.
I've seen them in
Chicago.
the Dominican Republic.
Somewhat even in the
Yeah.
middle.
I think it's the same type of person.
He does. He got a bit of a lift. He
Yeah, their
likes to
wife
go for
doesn't
those
know that
throws
they're
at the
there.
edge like that.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay, no. I was just thinking like always drunk, like never
that-
not
that too.
drunk.
I think both. Yeah, I think all of them are a factor. Again, I have also seen these men in Costa Rica. I believe we've seen them all over the world.
Yeah.
Eros versus Christina is coming up next.
That's
Starting
a
from
far
there.
back touch, eh? Interesting.
All right, and in the men's division,
Better do something
we
with
got
it.
Juan out of Iron Goat, Victor out of Mighty Eagle.
Full sprint, love
Comes
it.
in strong and
Absolutely
topples
nothing
Christina.
with it.
Arrows cruising so far.
At least she committed to
Big
this
hit
sprint.
from Juan. He's nice
True.
and low on Victor, but Victor is sturdy. He's not going anywhere yet.
Go
Victor
Juan.
gets the push.
Oh,
Out they
yes.
go. Juan
We're always
taking
scared to get the
win
hips
for
though.
Washington State, Iron Goat Sumo.
Katrina? Is that her name?
I think so.
All right,
Yeah.
now, ooh, here
Getting
we go.
hip
Here's
slow
the
is just
highlight-
hard
here's
for
the
me,
highlight
bro.
match
I'm
for,
just
women's
big,
heavy.
too tall,
Kellyanne
legs too
Ball,
long.
two-time-
Hips will be at
she's kind
other
of the
people's belly
four-time
buttons. It's
returning champ
fine.
because she's won open weight both
Remember that
times.
one match where I got my hips
So,
too
yeah,
low?
returning
Almost put my
heavy
knee
and
on
Yes.
the
heavyweight
ground.
champ Kellyanne Ball on the
That was
right,
Kellyanne.
Tom Perez on the right.
Kellyanne's
And
big
the
deal.
other,
Gets the turn.
yeah,
Kelly
the other fighter. Oh wow, that's massive
Eat
throw.
shit, Eton.
Yeah.
Work from
You were in
Kellyanne.
full
She
control
hung
of
down
that
right
match
at
and
the
still
edge. Her
lost.
foot was all the way on the Tawada. No quit in her, and she turns Eton right back.
Who's the other fighter? She looks familiar.
Eton Perez.
Yeah.
Eton. Yeah.
She is.
Like she's got the strength, but also all
Problem.
the experience and ring awareness.
She will
Okay, elimination
lose
matchup
half
at
her
men's
matches and say,
heavyweight.
I don't
On
need
the
to
left
practice.
is Dan out of New York. On the right,
And
Dominus out
Edo
of San
will win all
Antonio.
his matches and go.
We're
So I'm
cruising
practice
with,
tomorrow.
Women's Division 2, Mika versus Brianna.
She's
Well,
incredibly
definitely, the more
arrogant
you
for
practice,
no reason.
the better.
That Dominus is sure to have. In store.
Practice is essential.
Not feeling it yet, so it looks like the women will
Not to
probably
her
hit,
for some reason.
Tachi first.
And she will get into fights with just everyone.
Good charge from Brianna. Brianna staying in the middle. Taking a grip
Widely
on
undeserved
Mika.
ego. That's all.
Brianna
Anyway,
takes the win.
sumo.
Okay, men's heavyweight. Ooh, Dominus.
All right, men's heavyweight.
Dominus
Ooh.
takes him right out.
We missed the whole
that was a quick
quick
one.
hands fight.
That's a very
So
low
Dan is
Mawashi.
eliminated from heavyweight. Dominus moves on.
That's she's sagging.
Okay, who we got next for women? Looks like I see Christina and Luce getting ready.
I can't get over Kellyanne's throw. That was incredible.
I'm here.
Dude, she's so good.
Stan versus Josh coming
really
up
is.
at men's heavyweight.
Well, she's California, right? So she was
Here we
with
go.
Yama
So that's
for like
Josh out of New
ever.
York will be coming up
Yeah,
on
true.
our right at men's heavy, but yeah, we're
The California
just
crew
kind
I've
of in
heard are
that
also
spot where we're
very
synced up.
talented,
We
so she's
we
got some good
matches
sparring
going
partners.
almost at the same time, but
Yeah,
women's
for
match
sure.
will happen first. That's Christina out of Honu Sumo on the left, Luce out of Dallas on the right.
Need to fight her
low
for the
head
name of
charge
Goose.
from Christina. She drives her
Could be
back.
easy.
Ooh,
There you go, Christina with the blasting forward.
the audience is happy.
Moving on.
Oh,
This is done
the
for
unit.
heavyweight.
Come on, unit.
This is
And
Mark
on the
Jones, who I was
left, out
talking
of
about.
Iron Goat Sumo, Josh on the right out of New York.
Bad touch, yeah.
Josh getting the push initially, but Panda defending. Panda taking the
Right
center.
of Long Island, you can do it, big unit.
Doesn't
Somewhat even. Panda's got size, but Josh
I mean, they're
is
calling him
Such a bad
Panda.
position, though.
He has to grab the arm lower on the left side. Yeah.
No.
He couldn't drop that.
That's it,
I suspect-
gentlemen.
Such a bad spot. All strength, no skill. That's okay. Come back better next year.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I was gonna say. I suspect he doesn't practice sumo very often. He's got a great physique, though.
He looks the part.
Looking strong.
All right, I gotta bounce. But guys, thanks for inviting me. Learned a lot. Appreciate hanging out. Gus, it was nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice meeting you, Rick.
Yeah. All right.
Take care.
Talk to you guys
See you, my
soon.
man.
Oh wait, no, actually, Goose and JJ at least. See you guys in a couple weeks.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm bringing
Yeah.
the gloves.
Later, guys.
We'll do a collaboration.
Look up, beautiful. I'll bring a chess set. See you guys.
Says James is our winner. That's one of the spots I can't quite see, but yeah, he absolutely had the push.
I'll definitely be watching. Probably they're gonna stream it, right?
Yeah, it'll be live. I'm on commentary on on Dallas Sumo Club on YouTube.
You're competing and on commentary?
No, I'm just doing commentary. I've retired from competition for the most part.
Oh, okay. Oh. Right. You did say that at the beginning.
Yeah, there's no proper training. There's no Keiko in Brisbane this year, and I'm focusing on my kickboxing anyway.
Yeah, Eros is, she hasn't been at the last couple nationals, but the last time I saw her, she's...
Well, it's nice you're still involved in sumo.
I'm still trying to grow the sport and do what I can. Doing the show is fun as well.
So yeah, Eros...
and I probably will still train, but just from a competitive aspect, I think I'm done.
She didn't compete last year.
I see.
But yeah, anybody taking a win
Makes
over
sense,
Kellyanne, even if
makes
it's her old
sense.
Jay.
rival, she hasn't fought in a couple years here. That's a big deal. But those women are still at it. Christina versus Itan, and these two women, this will be an
Double
elimination
feature.
matchup. Loser is done in
I don't know where to look.
Christina fights inside, but Itan's just so strong. Wow, excellent work.
And then Jay.
Men's,
Fascinating.
It looks like we missed that one, but Jay took out Corbin.
So JJ, you know how on our show I have the face cams real small but still visible, so you can see the sumo? You might be wondering why I'm bringing that up now.
Okay.
I see Nick from Rain City Sumo. Looks like it might be Hayden getting ready over there.
Hayden, let's go.
Okay. Nick and Hayden. Nick out of
Now his
Rain City
ankles are
Sumo,
taped up to shit, man. What
hosting a
happened?
tournament just 2 weeks from now. So
Me, he's
busy,
fine.
busy man.
Coach up there, right?
Yes.
He hasn't told me of any
Mika
injuries at
and
least,
they
but
got a great group up there that
I know he broke his foot years ago though.
Named
Might be
George
related.
Sumo,
Yeah.
who is a force to be
Yeah,
reckoned
yeah.
with. I don't
I
think he's got a lot of
remember that.
competitive experience yet, but just watch out.
Yeah.
Wow, great hit from Nick.
Good hit from Nick. He's staying low, but Hayden just immovable.
Hayden got the inside.
There you go.
He got the inside and
That's
pushes
Hayden.
Nick backwards.
That's what I
There you
want
go.
to see from Hayden.
Outside grip, but keep those elbows tight, nice
Good
and
work
strong.
from Hayden absorbing that
Very
first
hard
hit.
for that guy to stop Hayden like that.
Bronze medal match coming up on women's heavyweight. Kellyanne will be on the left, Itana on the right. The loser
These
of
two
this
again.
match will be the bronze medalist. The winner will move on to rematch against
Kellyanne
Eros,
lost
who
her
already beat
previous
her.
fight. So this must be
Or, excuse me, I don't think Eros and
repechage or
Itana have fought yet today.
I don't know. Maybe they're doing it round
Here we
robin.
go. Kellyanne gets inside. Itan's using that
Strong
power
position.
to defend.
Okay.
Itan's pushing Kellyanne backwards. Oh no!
Whoa.
Almost rolled.
Okay.
Itan victory.
There you go. Yeah, just kept pushing. Kellyanne did not have it at the end that time. Men's heavyweight. It looks like.
Oh, he just walked
Jay
out.
gets beat by Ron Porter of Show Me Sumo.
What looked like sort of
Uh-oh.
a last minute maybe pulling
Hamstring?
throw. But I
Ooh,
think
yeah, Ron's going down. We're gonna need
might
a medic.
have tweaked a knee.
I gotta show you
Or perhaps a
Ben's style of
muscle.
sumo
Yeah,
at
so
some point.
Ron,
Think
about Ben.
Ron took the
matches.
win, but he went down. We already got the medic on hand, so
As
we're
in
good.
the
From-
kid.
On the
Sydney.
Women's side, we are giving
Oh,
everybody a
not-
breather,
not-
but
okay.
Itan
He's like
versus
70
Eros
kilos
will
and
be
maybe the
gold
most
medal
intense
match.
Rickshi I've ever fought. Because he treats it like a
Goddamn.
sprint.
Yeah, Ron,
Right.
it looks like a leg injury. He is back up, but yeah, we got the medics on hand. We'll get him
What the hell
taken
would
care
this
of for
match
sure.
even be?
Let's go to the mat 2 here. Itan versus Eros. If Eros wins, that's the gold medal and the world team slot. Itan will have to win 2 times. Ron is back up, moving under his own power. Let's hope he's all right. But
Looked like just a hamstring issue. Didn't seem to name when he was grabbing, but I don't know.
Oh, let's go split screen here because we do have Robert coming in. We got Robert versus Connor. All right, women's match here. Eros takes the center immediately.
Etan.
That's good swim.
Has no technique outside of Yard Gary. It's really interesting to watch.
I mean, same.
Fair enough.
She's back in form for sure. Etan is the silver medalist.
I'm just big enough to make that work.
Now we got Robert.
Well, there's my mom deadlifting 92 kilos.
Connor
Well
gave him
done.
a run for his money, but Robert claims the center, gets a solid grip.
Oh my God.
Hey, there you
He's
go.
in a
There's
bad
his classic
position.
lift.
Guy with the
He's thinking it again. He's
blonde
thinking
hair.
about it. Connor's still
Right,
fighting
yeah,
those
that's
hands,
not
but
great. He's
Robert's
trying to go
working
for the
backwards.
Makikai. He gets it.
Just sheer bulldozer
yeah, he's defending well, but
Excellent
It's
defense,
not a
but
good. There's no.
not gonna
forward.
last long. Yeah. Oh, wow!
Oh!
takes it
With the
right
trip.
back.
Effort.
Incredible.
Was not expecting that one.
Wow. Did he get his foot in there? Did he trip him up?
Well,
or
the other guy
something?
just
That was
collapsed.
wild. Yeah, Connor just
Maybe
resisting
he got
long
he
enough
got
to,
tired.
long enough for
Yeah, the referee's
long enough for Robert to run out of steam a bit.
is impatient.
That's a
Yeah,
big upset. That's a
he's telling them
similar
bow
to
first,
Eros.
then
Robert hasn't
accept
been
the
in
win.
last couple nationals, but he's one of those guys that if he shows up, he's in the conversation for favorite every time.
Absolutely.
But yeah, let's see how we got a
Can't
couple
find
big
it, but
names
this
that are
Ben
already
guy,
down in the lower bracket. We got Jamie, we got
It's
Robert
like a sprinter
down
on
there.
the blocks when he starts his match.
But yeah, let's
And
see.
then like he'll
We
bounce
are-
off you if you're heavy enough.
We've got
And then just
Rick
sprint at you
versus
again.
Juan.
And
Rick out
is
of Dallas,
running
Juan
the
out of
entire
Iron Goat.
time instead of really doing sumo.
I think Juan's pretty young,
It's
but he's
very,
got a lot
it's
of
very
promise.
difficult to go up against,
yeah.
but if you have
Yeah,
the
he's,
skill to deal
good
with it,
aggression, good
you can just
form.
kind of counter and throw.
Right.
Going traditional already is always a good sign. He gets in there on the
No,
inside.
Rick.
has defense for a second,
Oh, and
but
2,
it's
no!
One got really big, or maybe he's always
Rick
been
got a
big.
win.
Somebody make their, you know, when you see somebody that's
I wasn't
somewhat
paying
newer
attention.
and they're already going
has
traditional, that
one
means
win.
that they've got a teacher that's pushing.
Oh,
traditional.
Ryan.
Good luck, Ryan.
Versus
Traditional
Caleb.
sumo on
Yeah,
them. It's one of those
good
little-
luck.
It's a little green flag for somebody, I'd say.
Especially if he doesn't get any forward off of his Tachiai.
Commitment and right teaching.
How do you attack this guy, Caleb? Like,
Caleb Backus on the
you
line.
just
where do you
Ryan Morrison
just go for the throat? I guess.
Pull him
I don't know.
around.
is eliminated.
Noto would probably
Caleb
work,
comes
yeah.
in with his hands
Yeah,
straight
yeah.
up,
Grab the Mawashi
pushes
and
Ryan back a
go in
little bit,
circles.
tosses him sideways.
Sakashi is going to be pretty
Caleb's got him. There you
effective
go.
with his
Caleb
size.
just
Yeah,
that veteran
mhm.
experience and
He's
that
not the
size
fastest,
to
but he's very good at
be
going forward.
immovable. He's so good at that. All right, so Caleb moving on.
Is that Justin?
Let's see what's coming up.
That's
What you
Justin.
doing, Justin?
He's been doing some officiating stuff. I don't know what's going
Got
on with
Rick
him.
versus Juan,
Oh,
handle,
cool.
Caleb versus Ryan.
Probably wrap this up
So
in
I
30
think we might be
minutes.
seeing some an all. Yeah, we got Dominus versus Panda. Following that, we'll have New York versus New York.
Dominus vs Panda?
Okay, here we go. Dominus on the left, Panda
Alrighty.
on the right.
That's their names?
Dominus is out of Mighty Eagle in San Antonio. Panda is
Ah,
out of
Florida's
Iron
Goose,
Goat
I
up in
couldn't
Washington State. Oh,
God
Oh.
damn!
Oh,
Oh, holy shit. Dominus got
Tachiai in
hands.
America.
Did not make it look like it.
They're gonna have to start getting out of the way. I mean, I hate to say it, but
that happened to
you've
me at
gotta
the
change
U.S.
tactics.
Open. Not during the tournament, but the day before we had some practice bouts,
We were talking a little smack.
and I went against
No, I mean,
There is a spectrum between
the big
Henka and
Mongolian
Ichigo
guy.
Straight.
I forget his name.
few people in the division that can block
Not
them.
Ichinojo, of course.
Sure,
Ichinojo
but I
was
don't
there,
think
but he
anyone's
wasn't
gonna blow
fighting.
him back like he's blowing back these
Anyway, this
people.
Mongolian, and
So
he,
you've gotta
you know,
move, and, you know,
he
mobility.
just pushed me out with one push.
The guys who have it, those
God
are the
damn.
guys at the top. So
Yeah, that's what
we'll
I'm
see how
worried
this
about.
Yeah, somebody's gotta be
My,
able to weather
Timmy
his hit just
is,
enough to get out of the
Oshi.
way of the
That's
follow
what he
through,
likes to
and
do the
yeah,
most.
We'll see how it goes, but yeah, Dominus moving on.
And that's hard
I think
enough to
Dominus
deal
might be
with. He's got a
facing
brutal
Jamie up
Notoa,
next. That's
like
gonna be a good
throat,
test for the new
hobby
guy, but-
kind
for
of
those who can blunt
touch.
it.
Right,
That's
one of the
a
few.
pain in the ass to
All
deal
right,
with.
James versus Adam. Oh,
And he's
James
doing really well in
takes
judo, right?
James takes the
Oh,
center,
he's-
but
yeah,
Adam
he's doing
reclaims
great in
it.
judo.
Solid
So that
good
means
hand
he's
position from Adam.
he's improving. So
Adam's on the inside.
Yes. Oh, yeah, yeah.
James
No,
I'm
he's-
eager to see him fight.
Last second throw, but Adam
I
gets
am.
him. Oh,
I definitely can't say, how his judo or like wrestling matches go because I don't really get to see them all that often, if at all, really. But I can definitely say that the gap between me and Timmy just feels like it's getting bigger and bigger with sumo. But I mean, he does like strongman stuff too, so he's just dedicated to body sculpting on a whole different level than me.
He's saying he's struggling to catch up to him.
I mean, he's more like a benchmark to test myself rather than anything I plan to catch up to,
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Caleb versus Corbin, it sounds like.
The way he trains probably bananas to begin with.
Yeah,
So, fair enough.
I mentioned our open weight division is huge. Yeah. So we're gonna start.
I think I saw.
With me in Rollatown?
Each mat, but
What?
Is gonna be done much
You gonna
sooner.
punch on with me in Rollatown?
So once that happens, we're gonna be starting
Oh
to call
god,
people
I mean,
for both
I'll
mats
give
just
it
to
a
keep everything
shot,
moving.
bro. But
You don't have to. Oh, that's whose daughter that is.
Yeah, Billy and his
This guy
daughter,
beat me at Rollatown. I remember that.
That other mat is not in use until open weight starts. So yeah, we got a couple people playing around there.
Not a good start.
not a great start.
All right, Caleb versus Corbin over here.
This match is
on
definitely
men's
more
heavy.
interesting.
Elimination matchup. Loser is done until open weight, and winner moves on.
Come on, Caleb.
We love old Caleb's over here.
All right, Corbin
good
comes
inside from
What a rock. Caleb just
not good,
takes
yeah.
the charge like crazy.
Yeah.
Square up,
position at the edge
get in the
here.
arms.
Caleb wants that beltless arm throw, but Corbin.
Whoa!
Oh!
No,
It's like
he.
Caleb.
Ref gives it to Caleb. I couldn't tell
It's
ya.
Caleb's, yeah.
It's close.
Should be his.
I didn't get a good view.
Caleb taking a second to get up.
I think he'll be alright.
Is that a Texas flag on his?
Good work,
Yeah, he's
good
Texas.
work from those guys. Caleb is advancing. Corbin
I'm not
staying
brave enough
at
to, but when they
heavyweight
do
is
the
done.
kids show matches at Rollatown, I want to
So let's
hanker
see,
one
I
of the
think the
kids.
winner will move on to face off against the winner of this upcoming.
That's
we got
so
Eastern
mean.
Washington Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
They don't travel as often, but yeah, there's a decent crew and quickly growing up in the Pacific Northwest. So these guys
Pacific
will definitely train
Northwest.
together, and we'll see what they can pull out when everything's on the line here at Nationals.
Very cool.
Can't picture what that is.
Oh, Juan comes in low, but Nick recovers and gets the upper push. Juan's
Oh, wow.
Very impressive.
Beautiful.
This guy's
That was
good.
unexpected.
and then he wasn't.
That's
Nick
how you deal
Carlito
with the
looking
Notawa. Yeah. Juan?
Oh, Juan? That's probably his name.
Yeah,
Trust him.
Juan is good.
Just
Yeah.
a little couple inches hop to the side.
Never seen
and
him before.
There you go. If his weight isn't where Nick thinks it is, Nick's going down. Okay. Glad I was right on reading our brackets
Yes.
here.
Imagine being a
I'm
fly
very
stuck
excited for
between
this.
Tachi.
Oh, God.
You wouldn't even
His
realize
Mawashi is real low.
they would
Yeah.
leave the wheel of Dharma.
You would be yeah.
I guess he's not willing to put it over his belly, so it sits like that.
Flatter than that.
Uh,
All right.
Oh,
let's
is there
see.
enough
Dominus
material
on the
to do
left,
that,
Jamie
actually?
on the right. Boom. Not even Jamie can resist that
well,
first
because
push, but good D
Orange
was
Mawashi didn't really go for the Tachiai. Like,
on the edge for a split second, but yeah,
Aggression, size,
you have to meet the guy in the middle, otherwise, it's just gonna destroy you.
by a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of
But,
Americans that have a bad touchy eye.
That was the least I've seen
Yeah.
somebody move.
I almost
I,
never see a
that's-
match decided
it
on
was
it.
still a little bit.
That was probably the
That's
longest
in
Dominus match
almost,
aside from the Hayden
I would
match.
say
Sure. Winner of
80%
previous
of my
Dominus
focus for like the last 2
Loser is
months has just
eliminated.
been my Tachi.
That's
Let's
so
see how
important.
Robert recovers from that upset win in the
It's one of the
upper
main
bracket.
things my coach drills us on too.
There you go,
Like I just
Watch the
gotta
belt.
get that.
That's what he's
Oh,
looking for.
okay.
That's
Oh, that's a
now
little.
that's what I was expecting the whole tournament long. You know,
How
He's
much
the-
weight do you think was on his legs at that moment?
At that point, I'd say
I don't
easily
like that technique,
700,
but it's
maybe 800 pounds.
perfectly legal.
And just walking easier than I walk first thing in the morning for sure.
It's
Robert match.
Who is in
it's humiliating when it
Kinda like
happens
right
to
in
you.
between you and me.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
It
we got
feels
Hayden
real
Wilson,
bad.
should be in
Look, there was a better frame earlier. Look at that intimidating belly on the side there. Let's want that photo real quick.
should be in the middle of Kansas City.
What is that?
That's,
It's about 3 hours for me.
just
Send
about
that
from Des Moines.
directly to Hayden.
We can do it any day, yeah.
You can tell who it is.
It's the same
Oh,
thing.
it's so
you go.
good.
Yama to show up.
We're setting dates already. Here
We
we
got
go.
Nichimon, baby.
Oh, it's gonna be a good one.
Always a fun one.
This is a rematch.
This is always a good
The sound of this match at Rollertown is so good last year.
Regardless, these guys have faced off plenty of times, including the medal rounds last year. Jay on the left versus Hayden on the right. Jay's out of Mighty Eagle Sumo in San Antonio, and Hayden is out of Dallas Sumo.
Dude, the mezzanine?
Maybe got an edge in terms of size and power, but Jay is very mobile for a man his size, and he knows how to play with that. So
Jay's mobile. Jay has the quicker Tachi-Ai.
Yes.
But yeah, Hayden, like we were saying, Hayden's not one of those guys that'll just get blasted away. He can weather that first hit. Boom. There he goes.
Yeah, very good Tachi-Ai from Jay. But
just not enough.
Yeah.
It's a miscalculation on Jay's part. He went for that quick pull
Sometimes
down,
it happens,
Doug.
Doug.
Arm position.
Yeah.
It was a gamble.
Once
I know
Hayden
he won't do that again.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, just like Robert, I imagine he's any semblance of games, any semblance of feeling things out is gone. He's gonna come back in his second one and
100% next.
Yeah.
Cruella de Vil once again.
I'm worried for whoever he goes up against next.
Well,
but that means that Hayden is moving on to the upper bracket finals.
Good.
Ron, I don't know, moving on to fight Hayden in the upper bracket finals. Ron will move down to the lower bracket. That'll probably be a freebie win for whoever else gets that one.
Heavyweight.
We can slow down the match. Caleb will be the favorite.
Caleb and Juan.
Making a chess match, Caleb's for sure got an edge. But yeah, he's got to make sure to resist that power from Juan.
Here, distribution's off.
Because we saw how good Juan was at timing that step aside to dump Nick earlier.
Incredible.
Juan comes in low.
All right, good Tachi-Ai from Juan.
Yeah, there you go. Caleb.
Let's see if he can keep the pressure.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, excellent.
Once he gets off Caleb's center line, then he was just
That's
a
good
matter of
sumo.
time walking him backwards. I believe this next matchup, but we'll see as they announce it.
Okay.
But here we go. Here's another headliner. We got
Who's this Aoyama guy's name again?
and the winner moves on to face Jay.
Very curious.
My watch is falling.
A lot of our big
Just
matches
about,
we were
yeah.
expecting are happening down
Well, no
here
one
in
can
the
get close
lower
enough
bracket.
to actually grip it. So.
Yeah, me too. All right, Dominus versus Robert. Huge
Dominus.
hit.
Oh,
Great work from
Robert's
Dominus.
sticking
Robert
it, though.
going inside.
yeah, he's defending well.
Edge, but Dominus still
It's
going.
making him work for it. Oh, good change of direction. Oh, wow.
Dude!
Amazing.
Insane.
Best fight I've seen today. That was incredible.
Let me fight Dominus, please. I
I
want to know what that's like.
Sumo is a combat sport.
Go Kansas City.
That man just earned that win. Look at his all bloodied up.
Bulldozer written on the arm. True. What a fight, dude. Hell yeah.
God damn.
That looked like a Makauchi match.
Yeah, it did. Holy shit.
But it doesn't matter how long it's been. Dom's gonna have to wait at least one more year to look for a national title.
That fight is what sumo's all about, man.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Doesn't matter if you didn't
Big
place.
meeting.
Going hard. Yeah.
Dominus scares the hell out of me. I'd love to talk to him later.
Going hard and not
we got,
not
let's
giving
see,
up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys left in it, but he's cleaned up. Super
Match like that, and he
people I might pick is not
look at the
like the
there he is standing over.
Hey, Corey.
Corey.
final. We one of the names did part of the JJ group. Can tell you that ups guaranteed.
Fun one.
Robert and Jay.
Where's the sumo?
In the upper. All right, Matt.
That was an awesome fight, dude. That 100% looked like a Makauchi match. That was great.
Guys still have cameras. Sumo sponsor. We got our
sponsors have it.
Oh god, I'm gonna be put in this kind of situation to roll it down, aren't I?
I would hope
Oh, we got like 8
Yep.
minutes. Fill the air.
This is a
Absolutely.
big one. So both men have been
It's like, how bad do you want to stay on the air?
champions,
check out.
past.
Yes. I wanted to finish that thought. Check out the Echoes podcast. I've been a guest on there, but that's part of Maximum Effort
And
Studios,
Sunday
talking
morning
about the
sumo show
history of
if you want to
sumo
watch
outside
some
Japan.
live top division.
Interesting.
All right, here we go. Robert will be on our left.
Standing up
Jay
again.
on our right. This is an elimination matchup. Crowds, I got to stand up so I can see because the crowd's probably going to lose it on this one too. Great hit.
Well, Tachi-Ai.
Both guys. Robert claims the center. Jay going for the a twist, but Robert staying steady.
Robert can't get the belt grip. Oh no, he got it. It's in now. It's locked. Oh, Jay's in trouble.
Yeah.
Ran out of options.
Robert ending Jay's streak, going for the repeat championship. Jay is eliminated off the podium. Reaching over the top.
He's got a great reach.
It's nice that there's no one who truly dominates
both
in American
undefeated guys here.
heavyweight.
So
It actually is very
move on to the
competitive.
gold medal match. But we've got Hayden out of Dallas on the left, and Connor out of Austin
Means
here
it's
on the
healthy
right.
competition.
All right, kind of slow. Connor goes
Softer
for the
there.
hold,
Hayden
but
gets
that's
low
good
and in.
against Hayden.
Hayden knows how to keep his legs underneath
Oh
him.
God, I hope I don't have to fight Hayden.
You know I'm cheering for Hayden
God.
as you two fight, right?
100%. As you should.
Bit of a breather between matches coming up. Division. The winner here moves on to the medal
Juan
rounds.
and the
The loser here is
bulldozer.
eliminated in 4th place. Yeah, winner here is going to go
Dude,
on to
this
face
is
Connor
great.
for the,
I
bronze.
love sumo, man.
It's so cool.
One looks like a pro, like in Sandanme or something like that.
Yeah,
Mm.
I can see that.
Ooh, Juan gets in quicker. Oh, Robert at the edge.
Whoa, Robert.
At the
Oh.
edge. Juan is
Oh, Robert.
It's almost got a fight.
Nice.
Incredible.
In and out.
Juan Perez taking the win.
Tough
moving
fought, too.
onto the podium.
Very impressive.
Robert is beat,
Jay
man.
and Robert finishing off the podium. That's some serious upsets here. Beautiful fight from
So is
Robert.
that Hayden
He
Juan now?
had the harder these last.
Big gas still. Didn't have as much
I
time to
think
in
so.
between matches for sure.
The Nottawa at that age
Yeah,
is
he had,
crazy.
I mean, the goes without saying, but bigger being Juan being shouldn't say it that way, but yeah, I think that's for sure. On the list, Hayden, got to be super jazzed here because he came so close last
I'll lose
year.
his
He's got
finals, and
another
then
shot
whoever
for the
wins
gold.
versus Hayden.
Ah, I see, I see.
Okay, here we go. Juan versus Connor. Juan gets the underhooks. Excellent work there. He's working Connor backwards. Staying steady.
Good
staying
circling
in the
by
middle.
Connor.
Stay in position.
Connor's getting the push.
Ooh.
Connor's fighting him off. He's fighting him off. Both guys staying steady. Good belt grips.
Connor has the
Juan
belt
goes for
grips.
twist. Takes Connor
Oh.
down.
Wow.
Juan
The
twists
twist,
knee
though.
down. Takes the win over Connor.
He landed hard on that knee.
Looks like Connor's slow getting up. He's okay. He's just yeah.
I mean, I don't think
Stings
I
a
would've
bit,
gotten
though.
He gave it 100% is what happened.
That's kind of
there.
what I mean when I
his
say
injury
people need to
is,
step back when they go for that hip throw.
effort.
Everyone just kind of plants their legs and throw them over top of themselves.
Bronze medalist in his first tournament.
He actually didn't put
Okay.
effort into that throw. I wonder if he has a background in this stuff.
Moving on to the
Right.
finals. Yeah, give that guy a breathe. For national. Oh, keeping me get a chance to won. They both fit absolutely in the mix. Hey, Ben. It's the actually Ben, veteran, I guess former wrestler now.
I almost
We did the
versed this
haircut
guy
and
in the
everything
back
San
until he
Antonio,
pulled
so
out
yeah,
because of
now
a knee
you're,
injury.
Yep.
He heard
I
something
think it
click.
looks just as good as before. Yeah,
He's
yeah,
retired
long
from
hair
competing
fine
now as
for you,
well.
but yeah, this works too.
And I'm
You're
not
looking
sure
good.
if I regret not getting to fight him or not, because he
But,
big
yeah,
as
you've been
fuck.
corner judging and stuff all day.
He real big. I got to talk to him for a little bit. We only it was like 5 minutes.
That's for sure.
He's a nice guy.
All right, well, thanks
He's
for
an insane
joining us
person,
here,
too.
Ben, but yeah, we got our finals coming up. Looks like
Did
our
not
guys
know
are getting
that.
ready.
Well, he's a lovely guy, but
So again, we have
he walked
Hayden
up to me
Southall out of Dallas Sumo
and like said, dude,
versus
these
Juan
mushrooms are
Perez
definitely
out of
kicking
Iron
in.
Goat Sumo.
And then 10 minutes later, he walks up to me again and it's like, man, you look like you're on him right now. How do you know?
Represent Iron Goat.
What do you mean, how do I know?
And I am quite
That's
sure that this is
awesome.
Iron Goat's first national medal.
And where is Iron Goat?
Eastern Washington State.
Oh, okay.
I believe Spokane Valley.
Those are shiitake mushrooms for those watching at home. I
As
did not
Panda has told me
incriminate
many
it.
times, the middle of nowhere.
The middle of nowhere. Well, we can all.
Which is where sometimes you get. It's where
gonna be
sometimes you
good.
come across big old tough boys like Juan here. So. Okay, here we go. If
All right,
Hayden
Hayden.
wins, he gets the heavyweight title. If Juan wins, we have to rematch immediately. Big hit from Juan, but Hayden pushes him back. Hayden with the belt.
Oh, Hayden with the belt.
Defends. Juan's got inside. Twist from Hayden. Twist back from Juan.
Nice.
Nice. Nice.
That was well fought.
Hayden's dangerous, man.
I could give him my best top shot and it wouldn't be
Great
enough.
defense and offense from both guys, but yeah, Hayden gets it at the edge.
There you go, your national champion.
Incredible work from Juan Perez.
Great work from Hayden. Can't wait to watch him at Worlds.
Congratulations to our veteran and finally national champion in men's
Yeah, me too.
Hayden Southall.
Dude, my uncle's stoked at the idea of just hanging out with the sumo like that in Thailand. Do you know how much bigger he's going to be than everyone else?
Dude, he's gonna be massive, bro.
Out here, or sorry, not commentators. All our judges are tagging out here. We might have
Your uncle a big dude?
But yeah, open weights next. One of the things that
Gus, it's been lovely. Thanks for jumping on. I appreciate your time.
Oh, thanks for having me. Yeah, I'll head out too. So
yeah, I'll hit you up again during the bar show if you can find time to jump on. It'd be nice to talk pro sumo with you as well.
That's a reasonable size division.
yeah, that sounds fun. Count me in.
Alright, you take care, brother.
Thank you. Bye, JJ.
See you, Gus.
How do I end this motherfucker?
That's
Alright.
like 100 matches. So we, yeah, like.